Zeke Black is in the building. Um, Today's show is a little different. I'm an interview. You know, you had YGs all over the place. We had the ones in Queens. We had the one in the 80s, 90s. We had the ones that was in Harlem. Then we also had the YGs that was in the 914 in Mount Vernon. Um, you know, a lot of times we do these interviews, we want to hear the street stuff. We want to hear, we want to hear about the bodies and the cuttings and the shootings. But this interview is a little more different because Frontmaster Flex reunited their name. He had a situation with Pete Rock. He was mentioning Pete Rock. He was talking about Pete Rock. And he mentioned the Young Guns. And it brought a spark back. Yo, the Young Guns. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people forgot about the Young Guns. The Young Guns was in hip-hop at one point in time. It was a part of some of the first movements that came out of Mount Vernon in the hip-hop. And like I said, a lot of times you want to hear the street stories, you want to hear the back and forth, we want to hear the gun for gun, all this craziness, who went to jail, who didn't go to jail. But this one's more so for the people. Because hip-hop, you never get to hear about Uptown Record stories. You always hear about Def Jam, we hear about Sleeping Bag Records. We're going to start a little bit Uptown Records, because a lot of things are beginning to make sense. Uptown Records and Rough Riders. The links, the tours. Who worked for who was in the offices. We're not going to talk about P. Diddy all day. This ain't a Puff show. You know what I'm saying? Let's give you a little insight. Mount Vernon, New York. Some people call it money earning. Mount Vernon. You have, Heavy D came out of there. The RG Harrell, Uptown Records, Mary J. Blige, The Dog DMX, and a host of other locks. This is hip hop. You know, these guys that was on these corners began to work for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Boom, he said Denzel Washington. These guys began to work for hip hop. So working for hip hop, Pete Rock, C.O. Smooth. There was a time when Uptown Records had hip hop in the claim. Remember, they had Guy was popping, Jodeci was popping, Albie Shaw was popping. Remember that rotation? So there was a time when how Bad Boy used to have their runs of 8-9 months. Uptown Records had their runs. Heavy D, before Heavy D did the Janet Jackson tracks or the Michael Jackson tracks. So Uptown Records was pushing the culture forward, but as pushing the culture forward, you also had the elements from the streets. You know what I'm saying? And the element from the streets that sometimes is what back in the days helped the movement out. But one thing I'm gonna say is that it's good that we don't ask these guys these street questions, what's poppin', matter, you know what I'm saying? Because this is Frontmaster Flex reunited the name. And that's why it's titled the way it is, because Frontmaster Flex reunited the name. He reunited the conversation. The Young Guns, oh wow, remember the Young Guns. And it's funny because it's an interesting story, man. You know, I know a couple of guys out of Yonkers that speak about the Young Guns in the 90s, early 90s, you know what I'm saying? Because they was from Yonkers, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man, Free Shafiq, you know what I'm saying, Freaky. But they were all the Young Guns. But by that time, Uptown Records was on go. It's a lot of hip-hop history here, man. You know what I'm saying? Other than what y'all heard Flex was ranting about. It's a lot of hip-hop history. You know what I'm saying? Mount Vernon in the building. Salute. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of hip-hop history. You guys may not know, it's going to be a lot of hip-hop history. Because a lot of times the history is you got to hear this. I don't want to hear about a lot of us came from the streets. It's you know what I'm saying? Some dudes, they did what they did. Now we're hearing about some of the first big, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. These dudes had a name for themselves. I mean, when the original skate key was popping. You know what I'm saying? I believe on Allington Ave. That's the first one. That's the original one, right? On Allington. Am I right? Skate key. Uptown. Because you ever remember where they're at in Mount Vernon, it borders Dyer Avenue and it Dyer's Wakefield, right? The 2 line and the 5 line. So you got, 2 different directions. Still Mount Vernon. It's just that you can pass from, I believe the last stop on the 2 Street, 241st Street, and then on Dyer Avenue, when you walk down the block, with the strip, where the porn, you know what I'm saying, where the dirty spot is at, you can walk right into Mount Vernon. So, that's all Uptown Bronx. Their neighbor is the Uptown Bronx. That's their neighbors. Their neighbors is Edenwald area. Their area is the Valley. Section 5 ain't close, but Co-op City is close. Section 4, Section 5 is like in the back, go straight. But like Section 4 by Truman, I used to live by Section 4. I used to live right behind Truman, so that's Section 4 off of Alcott place. Just to give you all geographics of what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You see, Boston C call. You know what I'm saying? So this is what was in front of them. The Valley, Boston C call. You know what I'm saying? Boston Road. We got the, Section 5. Y'all hear the stories about Wolf and the rest of them. Y'all hear the stories. You hear about the Jamaicans uptown on the West Indians on Boston Road. And the Jamaicans definitely on the Wakefield side. Edenwald Projects, dangerous. Y'all hear the stories. Y'all know the history. Definitely salute. You know what I'm saying? That's all uptown. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to 050 Eastside Cab. All that's uptown. We call that definitely uptown. White Plains Road, facts. Gun Hill Projects. Go further up, right? It's a lot of Jamaicans up there. Some shower posses, we could say. Some Spranglers and some, other crews, Jamaican West Indian crews that's uptown. You know what I'm saying? That's that notorious 2 uptown. Shout out to Parkside Projects by Burke Ave and all that. All that's their backyard. When they say going downtown, that's probably like closest downtown they go to. You know what I'm saying? Other than going downtown. You know what I'm saying? I'm just give you a geographics what's in front of money earning Mount Vernon. Because it's Mount Vernon, then it's like Yonkers, then you got all that Port Chester and all the White Plains, and you know what I'm saying? We in the building, man. Shout out to the people, man. This is a real hip hop, some hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's a hip hop interview. I don't care about who got punched in the head. I don't care about, because these guys already have a reputation. So if you was outside, y'all should know the reputation. You don't have to go here and divulge into the reputation. But, we got to bring this to the platform. This is New York. I do classic New York shows. See, you want the Truman. You know what I'm saying? Uptown for real. Right off of, what's that? Baychester? That's 9-5, right? The highway is 9-5, though, I believe. That's not the Brooklyn, no. That's 9-5, I believe, right? Yes, that's 9-5. The highway. Is that 9-5? Yeah, I believe that's 9-5. But it's Brooklyn, it's Baychester, but that highway. Remember, I used to live by section 4, so when I walk out, the gas station's right there on what's that shit? What's that? That's 9-5. Yep, 9-5. That's how you get to Connecticut real fast. You pop on 9-5. That's, if you're going 9-5 north. Yep, Conner Street. Facts. So, I used to go Alcott Place. What my dad did. I'm not from the Bronx. My father lived in he retired from MTA, bought a co-op in Co-op City in the early 90s. I never lived there. So I was out of town. By the time he bought the co-op, I was like 18, 19. I'm out of town. Running around doing the things I like to do. And but he always lived there. I just happened to live there when I came home from jail because he was a little sick before he passed away. He lived a couple good years and he passed away. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I never lived there. Like I could have grew up in Co-op City if I lived with him, but I didn't live with him. Definitely rest in peace to him and his wife. You know what I'm saying? But that what I knew about Co-op City was just what the streets had to say. Them areas. Hello? Yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna put you. Stay on the line. You hear me? Stay on the line. Yeah.
I'm here.
How you doing, brother? Brother's in the building. What's your name, brother? Speak to the people. What's your name, good brother? This is one of the young guns in the building.
Yeah, I'm Ali, Tom Guest.
Yes, Tom Guest is in the building, man. Tom Guest is in the building. Saladin's on the line too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Saladin's on the line.
I'm
Um,
here. Peace, Jamal. Peace, Ali.
Now, let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the bottom of the grits, my nigga.
Well, all
When,
right. I'll just go to where my little journey in the hip hop.
yes, really in
It
there.
started. It started probably in '90. I came home in '90
Mm,
of
yes.
March. Yeah, I came home in March of '90 from upstate and have I
Mm.
think had yeah, it was around probably like August or June. I believe he took over the Uptown Records.
What year was that?
Maybe it was actually '91.
Mm.
I he just invited me into the entourage,
Yes.
and from his experience of just being around him and being at Uptown Records, I was able to see a lot of stuff. See, meet a lot of people. See Diddy on the
Mm.
internship,
Wow.
Andre, those things. But I actually got a position at Uptown once Andre left, and that was probably right after the City College,
Oh,
the City
situation.
College event.
Oh, well, that was bad. That was a bad one. Who was it?
Yeah,
Was it a Uptown Records party or was it a Diddy party? That actually talking about Diddy.
nah, it actually, I just think Diddy was into promotion promoting at that time, putting together crowds and have I know him and have they came together on that. And so there was a lot of mishaps in it, but at the end of the day, they was able to move forward. That's just how I look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, they didn't move forward from that. Yes, because a good friend of mine's baby mother, may she rest in peace, she passed away at the party. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to my man. My man Prince. My man Prince in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I remember when that
Yeah,
happened.
actually speaking on that, there's a girl, Sonia, who is like actually Misa Diddy, Puff's baby
Yeah.
moms. That was one of her friends who passed away at that event too. Very close friend to us because she was from Uptown.
Yeah.
So it's a difference. You got an Uptown crew that will always go and support Mount Vernon. So
Yes.
from the Heavy D experience
Yes.
to Al, just different things. But the Heavy D experience kind of solidified, money earning as
Money
a
earning
place
Mount
where,
Vernon.
yeah, a place where there was a lot of swag here, a lot of
Yes.
styles.
Yes. Yo, you know what's crazy, Tom? You know what's crazy? I just mentioned Saladin. You listen to Saladin? I mentioned the situation with my man Prince, baby moms. Look how small the world is. Boom. That happened to be Puff's baby mom's homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Told you
Yeah,
shit be small. My man Prince. Because I remember when my man Prince was heartbroken. He had a baby. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Oh, my baby mom's, she passed away at that party." You know what I'm saying? Um, okay. When Heavy D first took Uptown Records, when he first was like the head of Uptown Records, yeah, he had a good run then. So he had it. So when I came over, so he had it. from 91 to like 97 out we can say.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure because I probably did maybe 9 months.
Yeah.
I just, it was a transformation for me. Like, I went from Sing Sing prison to corporate America. So the adjustment wasn't, I wasn't really prepared. And yeah.
I was gonna tell you that too, see? Like, he didn't even, he is Mount Vernon, don't get me wrong. But it was a harder transition for him because he came from another legendary town, which is our neighboring town, which is New Rochelle.
Oh, okay, no doubt.
You got Lord Jamal. Like, he grew up with Lord Jamal.
Oh, so that was a piece of the gods. Piece of the God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I went to school with all of them. Lord Jamal, Sadat, and Alamo. We knew Pooba. Pooba was a little older than us, so we kind of looked up to his craft as the man coming out of New Road. And then, when they did the Brand Nubians and stuff like that, but just like Jamal saying, it's basically, I came from New Rochelle and end up being in Mount Vernon, which is very rare for New Rochelle, a New Rochelle guy to come to Mount Vernon.
Oh,
get the homage that I was able to receive out here.
Wow, that's dope. Cause I know I've been to New Rochelle a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? But I've never been out there.
Mount Vernon and New Road is rivalry. These are like
yeah, exactly. That's why I mentioned it. It wasn't easy for him when he stepped into town.
Wasn't easy? You got you.
Yeah, it ain't no red carpetry. I'm coming from New Rochelle, and I came in high school, so it's almost like you somewhat molded, but Mount Vernon did grab my heart because I just felt a different energy, and I felt it was based on just being around majority melanin people. Like, when I first came out to Mount Vernon, I went to a talent show. There was just energy in the building.
Yes,
energy. And that's just because it was like black. It's black people in the building. And me coming from New Rochelle, I had just been at a talent show in New Rochelle, which is multicultural. And, it's just more laid back and, just boring.
boring.
That talent show right there, I felt like, something about this place kind of grabbed me. And it just so happened that, like, a lot of things just came into play where we was able to kind of like, bring the town together in a way, like fighting for the town.
So, question. So, in the era of crews, because you're talking about the era that, I come from that same era where your block or your neighborhood became a crew. Not a gang, but a crew. Somebody wrote graffiti, but we went to the clubs together, like you said, we'd come together where we sort of protected our neighborhood. And
no doubt.
And it's dope because you're speaking about a culture. Like you said, you came up with something that we all can come together, not go against. And that's dope, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
that's where I'm at today. That's why and just in knowing through your little hip hop, like through my hip hop journey.
Yes.
Just in seeing it and knowing it's based off of relationships. I come from Sing Sing. You put me in corporate America, which is I have an unlimited corporate card. I didn't fill out an application, dog. So that all was overwhelming. And then to actually see people who was like, like me being around going downtown, going to different places, and the actual fan, the person that's, Heavy D and this, that. We from New York. So New York kind of like I grew up watching the LL and those type of individuals, the Run DMCs. I remember seeing them when they first started in different acts. Even with, you can go back to Roxanne Shante and UTFO, all of that, Roxy Funhouse. So by being able to experience that at an early age, because I was out of New Row, and to be able to go down to those places, which was something that is very rare. So when I look at it, I looked at from the knowledge that I received from going to those places, it was always a Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Brooklyn had the most presence.
Yeah.
And geographically, because it's Midtown Manhattan, they right across the bridge. But the Brooklyn presence was always something that I looked at, I admired. I admired that, just a team. They really controlling the building because they have numbers. So that same ideology.
Wow.
As we had got our opportunity, I already knew that if you go into Midtown Manhattan, you would have to compete with Brooklyn.
Gotcha.
Like, Bronx, every other borough, they kind of move different. But Brooklyn in them places brings the noise. So that was really a way to where we could compete, from our standpoint, was have them numbers. So 20, 30, all those numbers play the role where we can compete with the Brooklyn dudes, because when you know how life is, like, truth over lies, they all yell at Brooklyn, but you might have 20 from East New York, 10 from Flatbush. Geographically, they're not together. They're not really together, but so you can compete when you got a little 4 square mile town, and there's 30 of us, and we know everybody. Like, we all know each other, so it's like a bigger unit. Or a unit that you would have to at least pay attention to.
Yo, you know what's crazy, man? Is you mentioned the time in New York, like you said, Midtown, Brooklyn, the clubs.
Hey, sorry, Z. Sorry. I gave you Kenny's number. That's his brother. Can you add him to the conversation so we can really get a comprehensive look from both sides of these brothers? Because they started. I really want to get into this. You understand? I really want to because there's so much connected to the young guns here.
Yes.
We got Pete Rock. We got CL Smooth. You understand?
Hold on, give me 1 second.
We got the young gunners out of Philly.
Yes.
That is connected to their story. You understand? There's a lot going on here. I just want both of the brothers to be up here to tell all of that.
Copy. Hold on 1 second. Good brother. This is dope.
You gotta also, just in knowing, because I had given me the opportunity, it was like, I had a little more, I say, leverage in the entertainment because of the opportunity you have than any other members of the Young Bucks. There's a difference because, you know how my brother is. Kenny and them is not dudes that's going out their way to, get to know people and stuff like that. I was more sociable. So that's a fact. Yeah, once I kind of seen the science of the industry, which was based on who you know. They can put you over here, they can put you over here. I made it my business to, venture out, see who's who. Kedar Massenberg, he's in the building. Motown, he was Motown, president of Motown. Then you got Steve Stout across the street, Interscope. These individuals, Jay, or anybody that was actually trying to, put a stamp on something or make any type of noise, I was really trying to meet them.
Yeah,
but I want.
I'm calling right now. This is dope. This is hip hop movement. This is hip hop culture. There's some shit. You know what I'm saying? This is dope, man. How you doing, brother? We are live.
What did you need to get locked up for, bro? Like, we painted over that way too fast. Like, what would you get?
Well, when you look like, see, it starts from a hip hop journey. So whether you go into a life story.
Hold on 1 second. Kenny's in the building. Kenny Guest is in the building. How you doing, brother?
Yo, peace, K.
Peace. Salam alaikum, man.
Alaikum assalam, good brother.
Salam. I'm listening.
All right, Tom, let's go. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? You was locked up.
Yeah, so we was really, you left off, it's from a hip-hop perspective because we just wanted to know why did like, how did that friendship with Heavy D start in the first place that you started running with Heavy D? Why would he put you on?
Well, I can't. This is what I'll say. We when we first moved to Mount Vernon, you know, by going downtown and seeing how Brooklyn moved, you know, when I first came, have shouted me. He had shouted me up north. Told my brother, he seen my brother, he told him to call me. Told me to call him. And, you know, I conversated with him up north, and he told me that when I come home, we go out. Which we did. Went to the Apollo, they did a show or whatever, and I don't know, I guess the relationship locked in as we, I guess, communicated and got more time to know each other. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, so that was definitely something Head was with. And then I was, you know, into working out. And when you can kind of like see life from a perspective of the street, it brings a lot to the table or to a plate of someone who's not blind to it, but never experienced it. So I just feel like by sharing in different situations as we, you know, on that little journey, and you know, you know, I'm just a person where I'm just street. I'm firm, not street to where I don't adjust, but I grew up there. That's where I grew up. So it was basically straight cut stuff. So if it's straight cut.
So it sounded like he wanted muscle around and use the muscle. That's what it sounded like to me.
I definitely could play a role in that. You know, you gotta look at it, you know, whatever somebody able to bring to the table. But I look at it like, yo, I brought more than just the muscle. Because you have it's like affiliation. You having me on your team, my brother and them is automatically, it's like nah, my brother and certain people, they automatically is gonna shake with me. So it's like it's a plus. It's a plus. I have a team that's faithful, and it ain't no paid team. It's built out of love. So I'm over here in this position, and yes, I'm getting paid, but I'm a genuine person. So it ain't even nothing for me to start fighting for someone. It's nothing for me to say, yo, let's get it on. If that's a person I'm dealing with, and I got, you know, I'll just, you know, step up for that. I always was like that.
Now, when he shouted you out, you said he shouted you out upstage. Was y'all the Young Guns then? Or, like, when did the Young Guns start? Like, if not.
Yo, bro, you can elaborate.
Well, I mean, prior to brother going up north, I heard the brother speaking on Eden Wall down over the co-op. My brother used to be with a lot of brothers from the valley. Eden Wall. Even Damo used to be with us too. Damo was from uptown with us. But we ran with some brothers from Eden Wall, some brothers from the valley. So we had that friendship and that connection too. And then when brother came home, actually he got locked up with some. When he went up north, he was with some brothers from the valley or Eden Wall when they caught that charge.
Wow. See, that's history, you know, right there, bro.
And so he already had that affiliation. So Baychester, Boston Post Road, you know, Dyer and all that, White Plains Road, you know, we all in that area.
Wow. So I want to ask you a question. DMX. Did y'all always was he just in Yonkers, or did he travel the whole 914 like before hip hop?
Hold on one second on the because you didn't get to how the Young Guns started.
You didn't even answer my question.
Answered it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh well, the Young Guns came out around 91. I think that was a year or two after brother got out, and that started at the Skate Key.
Skate Key, Allington Avenue.
Allington
Arlington Avenue.
Well, Allington Avenue, we had a standoff at the White Castle. It was like 30 strong burner dudes hammered up, and we was talking to the Preem, Tie Stick, the Wolf. You know, we had a standoff. You know, the guns could go off or we could walk away. We could raise the flag, however y'all want to do it, but y'all gonna stop coming to Mount Vernon victimizing people. That was the point.
Yes.
We know they weren't coming to victimize us, but they was victimizing brothers in the south side of Mount Vernon, killed a few brothers for their jackets, leather bombers, snatched a few chains off of brothers.
But actually, not to cut you, bro, at the incident, we at the Skate Key. My brother, we actually went together. So, then you had it, you know, Mount Vernon brothers, they move around. So Allington Avenue, you had a couple of people, you know, from the Vernon. We all at the Skate Key. There's some younger brothers, 2-5, rest in peace. Twin, Little Gal, rest in peace. Those brothers was all together. And me and my brother was there. So there was an incident to where the brothers from the Valley or either war, wherever they was from, but we know they Bronx dudes. They robbed one of the group from the Vernon. That's really what set off everything, because once they robbed it, you take his bracelet or something, and it's like me and my bro was there, and I'm kind of, you know the person who's lining up the young boys from the Vernon. So I steps to him and ask him like, yo, why are you doing that? Like, fam, like, you know, you lining up people from the Vernon, we in the Bronx, and you letting these Bronx dudes just come and eat food on the young Vernon dudes because you know where they from. So the kid that I was talking to, I actually had a relationship with him. So I knew it was him. So at the, you know, I'm really in a position where I didn't really want to, in a sense of just, because they got to fight for themselves. But at the same time, it's like, they're not built. Like, they at that time, they probably was on a shaky ground. So we having words, and my brother, K, he wanted to just smash him. Because K just don't be having no type of disrespect. And then I'm calming K, my brother, down like, yo, K, chill. Nah, we knew
Right, but my question to him was, next thing you know, I'm going to be tussling with one of these dudes because you're going to line me up, right?
Nah, bro, remember, I don't know what you was saying to him, but you was really aggressive. And I was like, nah, chill, K. We knew him longer. So then he just verbally said, F all y'all niggas from the Vernon. And when he said that, I flatlined him, man. Pick up your mouth. And right in front of his Bronx dudes, like, it was almost like a shock, because a reaction, like, yeah, you said them words, whole lot. And, you know, they came and did what they do, come up in the hood and shot up or did whatever they did. They ain't hit nobody. But that next week, we just organized, because it was almost like when that event happened at Skate Key, and we fought for them. When we got back to the Vernon, the block was lit and everybody was telling it, and it was like, yo, he shook, he stood up for them. So that right there kind of gave a green light for everybody else to come somewhat fall in line, because somebody had to do it, somebody had to stand up, and that's how I looked at it. Like, me and my brother, because once I hit the dude, K automatically picks his head up and say, anything happened to my bro, I'm coming. So that just alone kind of put us in a position where the Vernon, most of the Vernon people, the Vernon street dudes is saying, nah, they went hard. And so that's where the Young Guns started. The Young Guns actually started from that situation to where we just organized and said, yo, anybody would step into the Bronx, come through. And 30 people, like, it was 7th Ave, it was different locations, but they came out. And they
Yeah,
came
you had
out.
MoP, Benny. You had all them stuff. Yeah, brothers on 8-5.
Yeah, we had 30 guns,
brothers.
man.
Yo, it was heavy out there.
Well,
we had burning guns, and everybody was willing to let them go.
Yeah, so that actually was a scary night because of the fact that it was so much artillery. And, you know, so I always look back at that and say, wow, that was kind of crazy. But God is good because, you know, we was able to get, from that standpoint, the Young Guns evolved because now the Vernon see the power with the numbers. So as the power start going, like the numbers, Young Guns is in the universe now because the name, we throw the name out there, whoever want to be in, they slowly start coming. And as it start evolving, it, because, you know, you gotta look at geographically, Mount Vernon is in Westchester County. So by it being in Westchester County, when you go down to Midtown and all that, you got them boroughs, man. We really didn't exist until Heavy D. So when I look at it, I say until the success of Heavy D, you know, Mount Vernon is considered somewhere in the mountains somewhere. You know. So
if other people, if the other boroughs would look at it like that, where the hell these niggas at?
Yeah. Gotta take the Metro North there. It's crazy.
But you could say Eden Wall in the Valley made the YGs that night. They made the YGs. They created that atmosphere. And it became like a defense front line for the Vernon.
Exactly. That's basically what it was. Like when I look at it, I say, yo, it really just came as a defensive mechanism. Like we only here, and that's what we stood for. So anybody was able to become a Young Gun. And what I look back and say, wow, what you don't know is what hurts you. When you build any organization, I don't care, clique, this, that, whatever, it has to be some type of order. And the Young Guns, because it was cliques within cliques, because you got a couple of 3 brothers that hang out in the Heights, they in the Young Guns.
Yeah.
You might have, like, for example, Alley Cat, Roisin, Chris. They really a clique within a clique. Then you had a Dutch, Howie. Certain people, they barely be nice. Yeah, they within a clique.
Junior, they in the clique.
Yeah, they all.
Pop, Red Dread, and all the brothers and stuff. The third, that's they clique.
Yeah.
They fab at they clique. So it was cliques within cliques.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Because you got to remember, Zeke, we 4 square miles. The town. The town is a 4 square mile town, right?
Yeah.
That's surrounded by Bronx, New Rochelle. Yeah, literally. Yeah. These are our neighbors, our bordering neighbors, where we could walk right into. I've walked in each one of these cities. Bronx, Yonkers, New Rochelle. You're walking straight into them. But within the city, that 4 square miles, we got maybe eight different gangs.
True.
So the people and places he just named to you, they was all from different gangs. They may be Jack of Spades. They may be Group Home. You understand? This is before Blue and Red.
Yeah, it'll be a few because, you know, we mess with Huff and
the Hilltop. You have different cliques that, especially from you know, Mount Vernon is a basketball city. So, like 4th Street Park, going to 4th Street, especially like out of New Row. And me and one of these brothers was talking about this. It's like, yo, you know, we actually with CL. Me and CL was talking about it the other day. And he was just saying how we came from New Row and we was able to play ball in 4th Street Park. But not only play ball, but be the light. Like you got some light here. You get some energy within this little circle. And where it's from Nauru. And you know, there's certain things that where I look at and I go, you know, it's orals though. It all boils down to oral and what type of energy you're able to bring to the table. I feel that we was kind of faster because we was really from New Rochelle, and I always rate Mount Vernon as the mecca of Westchester. There's tremendous flavor out there. There was so many on every corner. You was liable to find something, somebody with something that could really generate, go to another level. You see how from Success of Heavy D, Albie Shaw, Kenny Carnegie, Dave Hall. I mean, the list, I can't even go into how many people was able to get an opportunity in the music business off of Success of Heavy D.
Oh, we will though. We will get into that right now. That's the next thing we want to get into actually. So now that we solidify, it sounded like, Hev was, and we knew Hev, we all knew Hev. He wasn't no dummy. He knew who to put on his team. He puts you on the team. When he puts you on the team, is he already on Uptown Records? And what album is this?
Well, I think I was there. I really wasn't. I'll just say this to you. I had invited me. And then I was always welcome to be around his presence, go to the house and different things. It's like he opened up his doors, his arms, whatever the term we want to use, and the relationship just started growing. Now, Uptown, because the YGZ actually was before, had transcended to becoming the CEO of Uptown. We was actually, our existence was already in the making. There was a lot of events that we was attended to have Eddie F. Even brand new me. I remember there was a club, the Supper Club. Shaquille O'Neal birthday party. He did it at the Supper Club. Fresh rookie. He was a rookie. Orlando Magic. The YGs had 25 people in that party. Wow. Our guest list, so we was able to, and it was just a presence of those numbers being able to shake up them hip-hop buildings at a time when all the hip-hop, like certain iconic people was just coming up. It was about to come and make some noise, especially in New York. You had Fat Joe and them out of the Bronx. You had the Wu out of South End. Onyx. Oh, yes. Yeah, Wu-Tang, definitely. You had some hungry brothers, hungry cliques, and they all was outside trying to make a little noise in that game. So we wasn't like, at first, our agenda wasn't to become, like, not me, a rapper, take the group, become a group, a rap group, but because of the presence of the Young Guns downtown in the Red Zone, them clubs, it was like they offered us a deal.
Wow.
Yeah, they offered us a deal off of the street presence, man. Like some real, when I look back, I thought, wow, this is when you know this is all about relationships. Because my brother was equipped. He actually was rapping with CL before CL decided to do the group. So he was into the rap, doing that. Me, I'm more of a hustler. I was more into the streets. So rap to me was almost like, all right, man, it's gonna get us some money. Like I ain't really looking at
how it is now. How it is right now. Facts. Now I'll ask you a question. Talking about like the hip hop portion. At that time in hip hop, like you said, was Fat Joe, Wu-Tang, most likely Cream or something, the first album, Fat Joe, Flo Joe, whatever. I'm gonna tell Jealous Ones then which one. You know what I'm saying?
Tretch. It was like Tretch and them. Yeah. I remember a lot, especially out of New York. You had Nas in them.
Nas killed us. He killed us with Illmatic. He killed us with that one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Definitely.
But it's funny, so funny.
I actually, I was definitely a Nas fan from a perspective of a good album.
Yes.
Illmatic, hands down. But as Nas' career went more into a lane of what I say fabrication.
After
That's
a while,
when
Diamond
the
dead.
firm and all that coke and all that. Like, for me, that took away from who he really, the essence. Like, I felt he could have brought more to the table, just being that dude that gave that food, like that real street food. Because Illmatic was on another level.
Another level, man. Yo, you know what? I could take it back to the first time, because we're from the streets, you know what I'm saying? And the first time that I heard Live at the Barbecue, I just came back from out of town. I'm in the middle of my projects with $1 million plan. And my boy has a Ron G tape and goes, "Yo, listen to this." And that's
the main source.
It was they played. He played the song from Main Source, Live at the Barbecue, and Nas killed. I said, "Hold on, we gotta bring that back." You know what I'm saying? You hear me? What he just said.
You only remember that one. That's how crazy it is. It's
like, crazy.
He made such a statement.
Yo, he made
no
a statement.
No matter what anybody else said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go back and play this shit like
Solid D. Dudes was on the benches record. We didn't have this digital shit. We had to press the button to go back. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
No doubt.
Rewind on this shit. What he just said? You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah, someone in on that joint.
And that was, and those are the days when dudes was on the corner, like he said, nobody seen. We wasn't looking at hip hop from that type of perspective. We had hip hop stars, but we also had Bobby Brown. You know what I'm saying? So it was like we had Guy, the R&B cats that we seen with the glitter and all this shit. Then.
Oh, see, it's funny. Hold on 1 second. It's funny you say that, right? Because even the way we dress, well, you guys dress. I was younger, okay? But even the way you guys dress. Like, you guys had the Bally shoes. You wore Bally shoes and certain shirts and all of that to school and high school.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Say that, Jamel?
Yep.
That's where I look at the molding. See, by the Jewish shell, one thing that separated us to like, it's like, yeah, those
keep talking, I'll be right back. Just keep talking.
Park, those shark skin pants. It's because by being downtown, even though being from New Rochelle, and we can imitate Brooklyn, it's like, yo, if you downtown and Brooklyn, the wolves is coming through, you gotta know what to do. And I say that, like, because they eating food, right? So what we would do is infiltrate. We would just get into the Brooklyn team, like whatever. They coming through, man. It's 50 Brooklyn wolves coming through. They eating everything that they see, any jewelry, whatever. So as they come through, you gotta look and see what makes Brooklyn stand out. Numbers.
Oh, even hit Fifth Ave.
Yeah, they have no numbers, and then you gotta look at what's their protocol. I said, they wear the Bally shoes. They got the Brooklyn Park. So I made it my business to put on them Bally shoes in that Brooklyn Park, and that's my image. That was my image. Like, that's me. I know. I seen it. I see where they shaking it up at. That's the Brooklyn dudes. So if I'm around them, I'm gonna have one of them Bally shoes in that Brooklyn Park, and they automatically feel you from the BK. It works. It really works. That's why that was such a. I say one of the definitely shoes that I'm all flavored Bally's. And making that point, Jamel, that was the difference. See, coming from New Rochelle, you know Mount Vernon is shining, like it's into fashion. There's a lot of fashionable statements in that high school. I was in school with Al B. Shaw. So when Al come through, you know, he got his briefcase, he got his own little style, but you have different variety of people that's during that era, and they got that stuff on. So the Bally's, they definitely standing out. Because it was like, yo, where they from? Why you wearing those?
Yeah, but what's how hip-hop changed? And when I say hip-hop, we talk about the 5 elements, which fashion is a part of that. So, as you saying that and you giving your props to Brooklyn right now because of the Valley shoes and they was pushing that, I watched you guys push something that was so crazy that nobody know about, which is wearing the boots with the shorts.
Yeah.
You guys, the Young Guns was the first people I ever seen do that.
The 2 earrings, the bandanas,
The 2 earrings, bro. When you look at trend setting,
the jean suits.
there's no trend setting trend that's bigger than the 2 earrings. And if you go back to hip hop, it started with the Young Guns. We have a poster that was on. We did. Remember, bro, with Biggie and Tretch. That was for Walker Wear when she was doing her clothing line.
Oh yeah.
We brought the 2 earrings to the industry, and it's like thugs bringing 2 earrings. So that alone is sanctioned it, and it spread it like wildfire. Because when I look back, if you look at Jodeci's first album cover, that's
It
the
was
Young
just like the
Guns.
YG. Word up.
That's the Young Guns.
It was just like us with the shorts, jean jackets, and everything.
No, look at their first album cover when they all in a bunch. They all have on army jackets, hoodies. They got Scullies on, 2 earrings, Timberland boots, country boys that just came from the South. Where did you get that look? Come on, fam. That's the YGs. If y'all really look at that styling,
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I guarantee you can see it. And I say, nah, he really that's the YGs right there.
Well, let's talk about who probably styled them. Who styled them in it? Because that wasn't that Puff's group at the time?
Definitely. You always look at, but when I look at styling, so I say, yeah, that was Puff's group. But then you have stylists that he had Groovy Lou from Mount Vernon. He had Misa from Mount Vernon.
Right.
Those was like, people that they seeing what we wear. So
Right.
I can't say directly who gave them that look.
Right.
But Mount Vernon definitely set a lot of trends for the entertainment business. You had it where Heavy D, the barber, they took our barber. You remember, Mike Daddy started cutting all the entertainers' hair. And that's just because how they did the parts. I mean, the corners in Mount Vernon. So you would kind of pretty much know, that's a Mount Vernon dude because it's cut the way the part is.
Not points.
Yeah, the points, I mean. But those type of things, that they came out of Mount Vernon, and it's hard to be credited for it because you dealing with a place where we New York, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, Manhattan, Long Island.
Yeah.
Everything else is secondary. Mount Vernon got in through Heavy, the Locks and DMX and Mary, they solidified Yonkers.
Yes.
Because of the success stories behind them, they still capable. XC ain't here no more, but his run was incredible. So they solidified Yonkers. Mount Vernon got kind of pushed
To the side.
to me. Yeah, Mount Vernon got pushed to the side.
Now,
I look at a city that got used. When you look at Motown, the history of Motown, Detroit, and how Barry Gordy, I read Mount Vernon like that. I said, wow, this city was like Motown, the whole Motown. And everybody was able to come here and get some energy and take it somewhere else and capitalize.
Now I want to ask you a question. I want to be off topic, but sort of Uptown Records thing. Was y'all up at Uptown when Little Sean was there?
Actually, yeah, Little Sean, you see now, Little Sean, we definitely used to come up to Hab Crib.
Yes.
So, our relationship with Little Sean, because he's more of a street dude, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Taif and them used to, Taif and Nadine them used to do some dancing and stuff for them.
Yeah, we had some little girls. We had some girls out of the Vernon that was dancing for Lil Sean too.
That's dope.
So,
Because I remember when I began to pay attention when Heavy D had it, Little Sean was a part of it. McGruff, Monifa, That's when I was paying attention to Uptown Records. Heavy. That when Heavy D was like, and so for real. So when Catch me so for real. Now
Yeah,
it's
that's when I actually was up in Uptown for
mm,
those two acts.
see,
Like the Monifa
yes,
time,
yes.
So For Real, and like I was short stay. I probably did.
When you say you was there, let them know, bro. You was an A&R at this point because they heard your street, but he actually made it. He became an A&R over there, Z.
Yeah, no, because I remember McGruff. They was trying to they was going hard pushing McGruff. I remember they was pushing this project. I don't know if it went gold or platinum, but they was definitely pushing that Harlem theme. Monifa worked though. I ain't gonna lie, that song worked.
Yeah.
That song worked, bro. That was a good choice. So for
Well,
real, woof.
You had
You know what I'm saying?
with the Uptown, with the Monifa and the Soul For Real, and just how you saying with Gruff, all of it, I probably was a part of those little projects. Everything after that, I didn't really do because I think and in fact, have ended up stepping away.
Stepped
So I don't
away,
know
yes.
who else, but
Yeah.
Monifa, I was there when she did her.
She's from East Harlem. Shout out to East
Her
Harlem.
debut, I guess, sing for Clyde, and me first meeting Clyde Davis was probably at the Monifa
That was dope, bro.
premiere, her singing for him.
That's dope, bro.
I
want to ask you a question.
D Ferguson saying Gang was from out of Harlem.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to D. Definitely D Ferg.
D Ferg was my people's. Same gang, like even Gene Dill and some of his stories, I was able to listen to like a lot of his stories.
Yeah.
And during those times, same gang and D Ferg, they were shaking it up. I used to go to them cookouts in Bear Mountain and different places that they was doing. D Ferg was actually, we was locked in because you got Uptown Records and Heavy D. Heavy D was major. Like not knowing until when you really got looked from the outside, wow, this guy was really major. So the effect he had on Harlem, Brooklyn, Queens, it almost like it made it easy for you.
Yeah.
I was on an island. I was on Rikers Island in 85.
Whew.
85, 86.
What was going on in 85, 86? Like, what was going on? Who was fighting then?
I was telling you about for him and the Eden War dudes when he went up north.
Who was y'all fighting? What was the wars on the island then?
Deep from Mount Vernon. So when you say Mount Vernon, that's where they Heavy D from, Mr. Big Stuff.
Mr. Big Stuff,
yeah. So during that time, it was like, they know Hev. That kind of was like the thing on the island for but then I also knew people from Brooklyn. So I was able to it's like, how do you survive? You gotta be your wit.
Yeah.
So I would throw a name out there. And there was a person out of Brooklyn from me being down in them places in the Union Square and Roxy Funhouse those days. There was a person that carried weight, and I seen like the wolves behind him, and that was a brother named E Money, Eric Blandon. So I knew it. It's like when you pay attention and you go out there and you go, oh, Jamel, you familiar with Supreme, Nine Fingers?
Right.
All right. So they more or less from Edenwald and around that area. About Tri-State. We would think that they are the street dudes. But when we went all the way down to Midtown Manhattan, it's like, hold up. Nah, he's that dude. So I for me, it's like I wanna get next to that dude. I wanna know that dude.
Yes.
And that's what I would do. I would make it my business to figure out how I'm gonna get to know him. And I used his name on the island. And by me just saying his name, it was almost like, yo, E Money? That shit shocked everybody because you got people from Brooklyn and I'm all the way from Mount Vernon, but you could call a name So they know for facts over fiction that you was outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
That's because you know Brooklyn, you know, when it came to that midtown downtown scene, very popular. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of guys I knew from Brooklyn, couple family members who frequent those clubs from East New York areas, Bedford Stuyvesant areas, and it's funny because the Brooklyn culture downtown, like you said, it was different. Like these Brooklyn cats was wild, and they was snatching chains, digging pockets. There was a different ball game with these fools. You know what I'm saying? Doing this downtown.
That legendary tunnel? What? Yo,
Not
tunnel?
to cut y'all. Let me just take it back.
Take me back. Take us back.
Brooklyn Wolves, they actually changed the it was Mayor Giuliani. He had to step up the police. I was outside when the Brooklyn Wolves used to terrorize Midtown Manhattan right after them clubs. The Funhouse, Union Square, they tearing up, throwing garbage cans through the Benetton stores, Louis Vuitton, they doing everything. Anything outside 4 in the morning.
Shout it out, Rudy Lowe.
Shout it out, Rudy Lowe. Shout it out, Rudy
Lowe. It
Lowe.
was like unreal. So they had to. I actually seen that transformation where they had to kind of go, yo, we gotta regroup. We gotta put some cops in here, and that's what Giuliani did.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I'm happy you had this conversation, right? Because I was going to Norman Thomas High School, and 33rd Street. That's where they did the movie. You know, Strictly Business, The Office. That's my high school, but it's on 33rd. The office building was on 34th Street. Now, D-Sep era, definitely like by Bloomingdale's. They had the by Benetton on Lex, like by 59th Street and all that. The garbage cans was flying through the window. Definitely, where the Gucci stores and all that was on Madison, the Polo Mansion.
That's low lives. That's Thurston Howard.
They was
that's
losing
Rudy
their
Lowe.
minds,
That's
bro.
Frank Lowe. That's Bruce and Bill. That's something.
Yeah, yo, you know they was outside when we was outside, so because you definitely heard their names. So I know now. I remember the low lives out of Brooklyn.
Yeah, the low lives out of Brooklyn, man. Shout out to the low lives out of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know
shout out to the low lives. Well,
now,
all my Brooklyn people, like, yo, I got a genuine love for them. And, even when you look at the two Bs, this is where I say the difference, bro. Just analyze it. A Bronx dude that kill you by itself. Brooklyn dudes is rude when they together, but a Bronx dude, oh my goodness.
Hell yeah.
To me, it's like Bronx is a little more like the gritty city.
So, come on, you come before the Pepsi? Started before the Pepsi.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So that type of energy, you got it in Brooklyn. You got it in Queens, but it's really in the Bronx.
So I'm getting something now. Now something connects with me. DMX's style, his delivery, the things he spoke about. When you think about the cloth he's talking about what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That era beating dudes up, throw a gun in somebody's face, get them out of here, stick his dogs on them. I mean, we lived in a dirty era. I'm not gonna lie, our era was a dirty one. You know what I'm saying? Dudes is getting pitch sick, you know what I'm saying? Get him. You know what I mean? Like,
Dick, you talk about posses though, bro. You talk about this is when we didn't call it gangs, we called it posses.
Posses, crews.
And niggas is scrapping, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas is like, it's change, it's brass knuckles, it's all the stupid shit.
Now, ride with me on this, Saladin. Now, listen. Ride me on this one.
You had all the gangs and brothers
Decepticons, all that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So them brothers, they was physically fit for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can't get a nigga to box.
But that was
even if you told him it was 10,000 on the table, you can't get a nigga to get punched in the face.
Yeah, son.
I bear the difference. You know why? Because economics do change circumstances.
Okay. We've been talking about doing the Don King promoting of the street fight.
Yeah, man up.
I want niggas to put 10 and 25 on their man jaw. Man up, tough. Yo, where's the 10, 15,000 for your man's jaw? Let's put him in the ring.
See,
we did it for free in the lobby. You know what I'm saying?
It's not humiliating. So you know how it won't be humiliating. You build it up like it's a real event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like an Ali joint.
I don't want homie to go in there. He don't know how to fight. This one don't know how to fight.
No, you give him 3 months.
Yeah,
go interview him by the end training.
30 days. This is 30 days. Street shit. You know,
That's right.
3 months and all that. And this
30 days. Yeah, we work. That's right.
Yeah, the
30
people want
days
to
of the
fight
workout.
in 30 days. They don't want to keep hearing that shit. They not no real fighters. These are street dudes. The man up street. That's how we
Yo,
do 30 days of training.
Now touching on the streets with hip hop. When you sort of go on these tours, bumping heads with dudes that you've seen in the clubs that you might have had scrapped on the island, or dudes that you just seen, that was that like sort of different? Like they say you got around YGZ and some Brooklyn cats. Like I remember son, I remember son at the joint or before hip hop. Remember you was outside in 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. So your history is before the big world tour. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I will say this though. See, I was there, and then I was gone. Like I went away. 87. My DIN number was 87B 1675.
They sent you to Buffalo. They sent you to Elmira. I mean,
yeah, I was Elmira, the young,
Oh yeah, that's that young. Yeah.
That war. That's another like Rikers Island experience alone is a wake up to any human being.
Yeah, G-Rap ain't lie about that.
She's 74, adolescents at war. Yo, question. Was it Central Park 5 in there then, or that's way before the Central Park 5?
The Central Park 5. I might have went up north by the time the Central Park 5.
The guy finally came through. Around that time, I knew this kid.
Because I remember, I think I was up north when they was going through it.
Through their situation, yes. This kid from my block, he had stabbed his mom. It was about, I don't know if it was 83 or 84, but he was up north. He was a Puerto Rican kid. He stabbed his mom. That was in the newspaper. It was crazy. This is like the beginning of the crack epidemic. But, yo, this is history right here. Yo, Solid D, yo, do y'all know how much history y'all got? Y'all talking some New York shit, you know what I'm saying? And you guys, okay, no doubt with
we was outside, bro. Last
know what I'm saying?
Giving and knowing. Yo, we actually was robbing the supermarkets. This is what I want to say to y'all. Like, to come to Mount Vernon from New Rochelle, just out, Jamal was trying to explain, like, just with that whole transition, it ain't easy. What we did, we fed the people. We used the same, like, being at
That's what we bought that shit from Huguenot Street, though.
Yeah. Well,
Central Park 5 was 89, no doubt.
We wasn't robbing the, we was robbing the supermarkets. As youth? No. Nah, bro. We brung that came from the burning. Because when you look at it, I said, we did that, and that was after Up North. And we said that, no, that was before Up North.
Yeah, because we threw the big parties.
We threw the house parties, yo. Pete Rock
before you went up north.
Before I went up north. Heavy D came to those parties. That's why I think he was impressed. And he shouted me up north. Because we had through house parties. We dudes from New Rochelle. But our house party was incredible. They had DJ Pete Rock. We had a basket full of weed. Like just, the little joints. The tub full of alcoholic beverages because we robbed the supermarket. Free food. Like the Cooley High party that you wanted to be at, man.
The dice game in the back.
Dice game, had the CeeLo game in the back. Like, it was almost like we brung those parties right there. It got the hood to kind of love us.
Now, guess.
So was that like Pete Rock's first? But this is his first DJing? Like, this is before he's known outside of Mount Vernon?
I heard him on the radio. I heard him on BLS. Saladin.
He don't exist yet.
He don't exist yet.
Doesn't exist yet.
Doesn't exist yet, bro.
Is this before Marley Marl brought him up to BLS? Is this before Marley Marl brought him BLS? Because the first time I heard of Pete Rock was on BLS.
He was, before the Marley Marl joint.
Before they knew he was Pete Rock.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. See, there it is. Before Nick Doozle, he was Pete Rock at the house parties. Got you. Before the first
He
one I
was
heard of
doing
Pete
our
Rock.
house parties, and he did it faithful. Like he wanted to do the house party.
Yeah, look, and we gave him the door money because he, you know, they go to give Pete the door money. We gave him the door money because collected a few crumbs for people at the door because we wanted to pay Pete.
And at that, Pete, like you having a ball, B. Yeah, he was having a ball.
What did y'all get out of it? If y'all gave him the door money, what was y'all getting out of this party?
The dice money.
I'm getting the dice
money, baby.
These dudes is young smart. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you how real it used to be. I take the dice money and go to Harlem after that party and go right to Harlem and flip it in Harlem.
Go down. Yo, this is dope. Yo, this is classic.
I will take the cuts and all the money from the CeeLo game, and everybody, the night is over. Not my night. I'm going right to Harlem with that, and I'm going to flip it. I'll be in the gambling spots in Harlem with that change that I made at that party, and I'll come back with a bag next day. That's what type of energy I like. Just that whole chasing money.
Saladin, this is some money niggas.
Now, Z, what he's saying right now, I don't know if it's going over people's head. This is the dude from Westchester that just told you he went down to Harlem.
Yeah.
Now, these type of places, see, I've been to these, like, you just can't walk in these type of places.
Yeah,
they got the roads.
I'll give you two bitches in a lifetime. 139th, 140, if they talk about Lynch Mob on 140, if I gambled on them blocks. 139th, I gambled on that block faithfully. The 3 guns came up in there on me, like truth over lies. I had the 3 honeys with me. I got a story about 139th. But Mace, Took, McGruff, all of them that come out of that little clique, even Big L. I would come in there, and they knew I was from Mount Vernon, and I was down with Heavy D, because I was dropping them stacks. And that's facts. Like, they all know me, even before the industry, from gambling. I was going downtown, and that's how I lived. I lived off of gambling. So once I got a taste of Harlem, it didn't really matter, because I just felt like, nah, wherever there's a gambling spot, I'll take my shot. And a lot of them places is dangerous. They're very dangerous. And when I look back, I say, damn, you know, like, I don't know, it's just what like your mindset. I never moved in a fair way to where I'm going like, nah, I'm coming to bring trouble. What am I here for? Like, should I be looking out for somebody? I never had that energy with me. I just had an agenda. Yeah. And I would just try to make that agenda and do me. I met a lot of people in Harlem, actually, like, from taking that on as an occupation to where, you know, 155th Polo Grounds, all them spots, going down there and being the young you from uptown. You from uptown, you from the burning.
From the burning,
you come down here. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yo, you know those blocks, the blocks that you're speaking about, right? Those blocks got famous names like NFL, Same Gang, Best Out, and like you said, and so on. You roll dice with some of the best, with a lot of the best of real money dice games. You know what I'm saying?
Look, during that time, when you look at it, and I say, yes, you got.
Hold on one second. I gotta reset the room. Let me reset the room fast. Hold on, give me 1 second. Brother, give me 1 second. I reset the room. I gotta reset the room fast.
They had the uptown garage.
Hold on. Let me reset the room. Let's reset for 1 second. Yo, what's popping? Like, interviewing Tom and Kenny Guest from the Young Guns. Just a couple of weeks ago, from Master Flex was landing, and he brought up the Young Guns, and he was bringing up some situations about things that happened with DJ Pete Rock. We're not here to talk crazy about Pete Rock, but this show's an interview. Thank you to Saladin and the Mount Vernon crew. So we're hearing from them the creation of the Young Guns and the generation and the era and the cloth. I hope you enjoy. Hit the like button. Thank you. That's Kenny and Tom Guest. They're part of Uptown Records, Heavy D, A&Rs at the right time. They was around for Monifa, So For Real.
We had a deal on Warner Brothers.
Yeah, let's get into that, man. How did y'all become rappers? Like, so we hearing about the street shit, which is crazy. But at what point do y'all transition from street dudes to rappers? Like, how did that happen?
Okay. You want to tell it?
From street dudes to rap. Well, brother let you know right out the gate. He told me he just wants to check. You know, so because he was all about the money. You heard him. He definitely was in every dice game from Harlem to Uptown.
Yes.
I used to write. Actually, I used to write a lot. I used to have this big ass dictionary, and it stayed with me in my book bag. And it used to be me and Corey would sit around. We'll be writing together, and we met Corey from his cousin Rant.
Who's Corey?
Corey is CL. CL
who? CL Smooth from Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Yeah. Corey been from CL, from Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Got you. All right, cool.
And back then they used to call me the Wizard. Only old school niggas know that. They Wizard K. So you know I had the name Wizard K because of a lot of words that a lot of people really didn't know. I was able to put words into rap synthesis that people couldn't do, and they would call me Wizard K. He would call me Wizard K for that. And you know, it kind of, when they offered us the deal, I was already going down to the basement, you know, spending time with Pete, and then I had brought Corey down there. I told Pete, you know, I got my boy, he from Queens, but he came uptown. I met him through his cousin. And, you know, I brought Corey down there. But next thing you know, I was cut out, and it was them. So, but then when they gave us the deal, you know, we did our thing from first to third. We created the YGZ.
Well, who gave you the deal, bro? Pete Rock and CL Smooth gave you a deal?
No, Eddie F gave us the deal because they came to him like, you know, who's them YG dudes?
Who came to him?
We had Warner Brothers and we had
John
Records.
We actually had two. Let me explain it a little more, okay? Because when he's saying that CL, like he took CL to the basement, and it was almost like him and CL, they're rappers. See, K is called the Wizard. They actually have a track together in the early days.
Wow.
Yeah, and Corey's name was not CL Smooth. It was Lone City C.
Yeah,
he was the loner.
C.
Yeah, he was the lonest, or he was Lone City C.
Wow.
That was his name.
Wow. This is history. Keep on, brother. Keep on.
And then I think Av gave him the CL Smooth. Av is the one that put the title on.
But that whole relationship comes from K, from what he's saying. Like, I don't call
the Pete and Corey relationship came from me.
Came from you. Wow.
So yeah.
And then they cut you out of the... So the plan was you and CL Smooth was going to rap, and then Pete Rock was going to be the DJ. That was the idea?
Right. And we still could have, being that Pete is a beat maker, we could still make individual albums. It's the same thing. I didn't care how it went as long as, you know, you let me wet my beat too. I thought this is what we was doing. You know what I mean?
When you see, when you notice, I just gotta ask this. When you notice that they kind of like pushing you away a little bit, do you feel away? Like, how you feel in your heart about that?
I didn't even sweat it, brother.
Okay.
You know, I knew I could write. I ain't sweat it. The opportunity presented itself to me again. And now, you know, I got a budget to come to you and be like, look, I pay you for a track. I pay you for this and that.
Yes, that's dope.
So it really didn't, at one point.
Hold on. I don't want to roll over that. I want you guys to paint the picture of how.
I'll tell you, it's no hate, like, from a perspective of, like, when dudes do sucker shit, that's what I call it. It's no hate, though. If you could look from the outside and say, you know what, go ahead, let them rock. And maybe it's a compliment. Because the history, this is why it's Pete Rock and CL had so much conflict in their little journey because there's a business. It's just a business relationship. It's Pete. You made the beat. CL complimented with his rhymes. It was put together. Nothing that was
Authentic.
that holds it.
Organic.
It's a made relationship. So, you know, with that being said, like my brother and I, like we gonna hold our head up. We gonna keep it moving because it ain't gonna make, like, for us. It's just like, I don't know how, like, K dealt with it as far as knowing directly on hand that CL and Pete is continuing on, but our opportunity came quick, fast, in a hurry also. Like, our opportunity came, you know, Pete rocking CL. It was CL and Pete that gave us the first Young Gun shows, which helped transcend that whole Young Gun energy to Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the videos. We went to their video, and he had a bag of shirts. So that solidified a banner. Now we showing up downtown with these shirts, and it helped. It just helped solidify something. You got Puffy. We played a role as security for a lot of the people that was from uptown that knew about us. It's easy to be allies with these guys or have these guys with us than against us. So you would have the Rough Rider camp, you would have Diddy them camp.
Yes.
All them, anybody from uptown that knows about the YGs, they would more or less wanted us to be some form of an ally.
Got you.
And most of these guys was, because you knew Wolf from a youth, right? Y'all was teenagers when y'all met Wolf, right?
Well, you got Wolf is, I always say, if you knew about Wolf, you knew his name before his face. So you had to be outside to know that, because Wolf, he was terrorized. He was a terror. He was putting his work outside. So a lot of people, like, I knew of the name, I knew of the individual, but to actually, when I first encountered Wolf, I don't know if it was at the party when Diddy, I think he had it in Scarsdale, a house party. And that was like really, like, I know you, but I don't know you. And it's the first time I was actually in his presence. So, you know, as that's how our relationship, it evolved because there's a respect level that always played a role. That role was, Wolf knew, just like I knew, it can happen to you too. That's all. So we mutually knew that.
Got you.
Right.
So I want to ask you both. I want to ask you a question. Do y'all consider Puffy a Harlem cat or a Mount Vernon cat?
Well, I consider him. I just consider him like, you say you from Harlem, but it's the Vernon that put all that battery, that whole energy, that whole thing that you was able to take to level after level. The Vernon played a major role in that because it started here.
Yes.
You have the identity starts here. The heavy D chasing, that's the Vernon. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
Everything starts here. So now, even when you go in the building, look, his name was not Puffy, Sean. You know his name.
It was Sean
The
C or
Vernon
something
gave
like
him
that, right?
name. G.O., there's a brother that used to be with Groovy Lou. He gave Puffy that name. And then you look at how so much the Vernon had a major effect in molding and building that company and helping it grow. You had a street team in the midst of Death Row.
Shout out to Jay Black.
Yeah, Jay Black, Tinker, KK. Shout out to them too.
Well,
They went hard.
don't forget
They was
Kathy
going
Dukes.
hard.
Don't
That was
forget Kathy
Vernon
Dukes.
outside.
Don't forget Kathy Dukes.
Yes, they was going hard for Bad Boy outside.
Yes.
Meaning their presence alone speaks wonders. So when you have that type of energy, and it comes from our time, we already prepared for the industry because we have other success stories. You got Albie Shaw. So
Jeff Red.
Jeff Red.
Yeah, help picking up another person is nothing. That's what the Vernon did. Like, I only looked at it like the town it's known for supporting the next one up. So if the next one is up to bat, now we not hating on you, bro. We want you to win. So we come in full force at whatever you doing. And that's a benefit. You know, all of that was a benefit. And, you know, everybody play the game the way they play. But there's a major reason why Mount Vernon is, like, excluded from the accolades that it should be getting. And I feel like, yeah, Puff probably played a major role in that. Because everything changed once he started to control things.
Control the narrative. He took it back to Harlem for some weird reason. Everything became a Harlem thing. To me, it's just everything became a Harlem thing. You know what I'm saying? It's funny you just said that because, you know, that's the picture he painted with this Harlem thing, this whole Harlem thing. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Rough Riders, when you speaking with the Rough Riders, they say that they had an office in the 914. So did they move? Did they move and start in the 914? And were they Bronx niggas?
But they was Nickel Boys.
They hustled in Mount Vernon.
They hustled in Mount Vernon as the Nickel Boys. So they had relationships all through not only Harlem, but they was heavy. Their presence is heavy in Mount Vernon, so we consider them honorary Mount Vernons, but they are honorary Yonkers too. It's hard to explain, but they are honorary Mount Vernon too.
Thank you. DNY. Shout out to DNY.
DNY was everywhere.
Everywhere.
No, they everywhere. But let me tell you some truth over lies. Like, they everywhere. But their team, I was out in D-More when they was doing them blocks and all that. And their team was Vernon dudes.
Fact,
like,
shout out to Spider Black.
I can name 5 or 6. You had Blackface, Little Phil, Drac, Sun God,
Bishop,
Quan, Bishop. Where they all from? They could go on. They all from the Vernon. Now, come on, man. On the come up, if your street presence is relevant, what's making your street relevant? These Vernon dudes, Spider Black, all of those dudes is from Mount Vernon. That's who is holding the fort down when it first started going, like climbing. In the same way you got Diddy. Diddy used a little wit by putting Wolf on the team because Wolf had enough, I'll say, ghetto celeb status to where he's gonna be respected. He was going to be respected by the Vernon. You get what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you know, the Vernon it's like, it's hard for us to just settle for certain things, but we would always look at it like, you know, son put in his work. They put in his work, so we ain't going to step. Like, for me, I always made it clear, I ain't here to step on your toes, Wolf. But if I have something to say to Puff, personally, I definitely have a right to, because I knew son way before y'all. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I seen it come up. I can't do the higher help shit. I ain't with that. I won't talk. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, speaking facts. Because now things are coming together to me, because when I first heard about the Rough Riders, it was DMX. Then when he signed the Locks. So it seemed like you were signing a bunch of people from the 914. I remember DJ iRock. I know you pretty much know DJ iRock. He was DJing for the Locks in the Shiny Suit days. You know what I'm saying? When I say Shiny Suit days, on a Bad Boy's first the album on Bad Boy, I would go to certain events with iRock because iRock was real close to my cousin. And I always used to think, like, there's a lot of love coming out of the 914 that the Rough Riders is pushing. You know what I'm saying? Uptown, they really push like to me.
You gotta look at it. For them to start off, right, they had to have an artist, a real legitimate artist, which was X. Now coming out of Yonkers, like they did 914. They was heavy in 914
914,
because
bro.
you hustling in the burning, you hustling in the Yonkers. Like, so y'all presence outside, y'all before y'all Rough Riders, like how Jamel's explaining the Nickel Boys or whatever he's going by in Yonkers or whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all presence is known. If you look at their documentary, they was actually out in the burning at the time when they started thinking about record business.
That's what I'm talking about. The humble beginnings
on the block. So them seeing Head, that's when Y inquired. Head, but how can I get in that business? So they had to get an artist. And X was outside. X was always trying to do something.
Yeah.
Like I was hearing, he had his little tapes out, and the Warlocks. They had their stuff out. They was actually, like, people who was listening, they knew of them. So now when you trying to get in the game, and the first thing they tell you got to get a good artist, hey, I got X.
Yes.
Their man put him on the X. And then that's where it goes. The rest is history, because he was for real. Like,
yeah.
And
I want to explain to you, Zeke, a little bit before you go into your next phase about Rant. So if you take Brooklyn and you have Crown Heights and you have Eastwood, East New York, and you got all these sections, right? So Westchester. Okay, let me get back that up. You got all these sections, and while they maybe in Brooklyn they fight amongst each other, right? But the minute they go to the tunnel, it's all Brooklyn Zoo. It's a Brooklyn Zoo. It doesn't matter. They all Brooklyn. So that's how it is with the 914. Yonkers is 914. Mount Vernon is 914. New Rochelle is 914. Now, when we have our personal basketball games, nigga, we don't like it goes down. If Yonkers go to a Mount Vernon basketball game, the shit is going down at the end of the basketball game. The same thing with New Rochelle. But if you bring us outside of Westchester, it's all 914. Let us hear that you didn't jump in, and you are the plate now, because it was 914 against everybody else, and you didn't jump in.
Yes. Fact.
That's how it goes.
Now, just to make a disclaimer, because I don't want to put situations on people. I have to remember that was my man's Prince baby mother who passed away. Not his baby mother, but his girl who passed away. It wasn't his baby mother. Just talked a little fast. Disclaimer: at the P. Diddy party in City College, that was my man Prince's girl. He was very highly emotional about it. My man Prince from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to Prince from Larkin. He used to be on Larkin Orange with me in Albany. You know what I'm saying?
But now you are talking about the sister Sonia, right? She got a brother named Sonny.
Yeah, because she had passed away.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I thought Sonya was pregnant at the same time.
Bingo. That was the story. That's why I said baby mother, because I don't know if she had the baby, but she was pregnant. My man Prince from the Bronx.
My boy Sonny still ain't get over that shit.
Nah, and rightfully so, because like when that happened, that's how I look at careers. I said, yo, it started with death, man.
Yeah. I remember he was highly emotional about that, because that was, you know what I'm saying? My man Prince, I remember.
It touches you when you, like how Jamel was just explaining, this 914, homie, we coming out here to support you.
Yes.
This is a girl who's like your baby mother's friend. Like they all in this clique together. These pretty girls that they come in everywhere to support Bad Boy and support shit. And guess what? We gonna watch over them. We gonna make sure they good. We don't care about what you doing. We gonna make sure them girls is good. One of them girls is my girl. And then when she died, like for me, that shit hit home base so hard. And as you speak on it, look how small the world is. Say, yo, I always felt the way over Sonya.
Got you. And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. Because
that's like that's our. These are the faces that go.
Yeah.
She's in the video. I believe. The One More Chance. No, the first video, Biggie's first joint.
It was all a dream. It was all a dream.
And you know, just to be you know, a backdrop. Prince is out of town. When dudes go out of town, a lot of people went to Albany, New York, and we used to be on Larkin Orange Street. And Larkin On Street is a block where there's a host of dudes from New York City that be on Larkin On. Shout out to my man Rob from HOC. So it was Bronx, Manhattan, Mount Vernon, Yonkers, but that was like a New York block, Larkin Orange. Other than the OSBs, shout out to the Orange Street Boys. That's a local gang that's from Albany, New York. Boom, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Prince, Judge, he was in Atlanta and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's
All
my
right.
boy. So he always came to Bronx though, because he ran with the Bronx cats. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and he you know what I'm saying, we kicked it and he was emotional. He was not emotional, that's the baby, he's like, yo son, you know what I'm saying? But that's my guy right there. HMIC Prince is nothing but love. Last I knew Prince was in Atlanta somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But
Wow.
that's how small, but see how small the world is? The world is so
Yeah,
small in
man.
the conversation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Me him on the block, we at the Silver Slipper, he told me a story, you know what I'm saying? Small world, Buck. You see how small the world is, bro. You know what I'm saying? But back to the content, because I want to be clear. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? I knew there was something about her being pregnant in the story, but I want to be correct because I want to put something out there that's not, correct when it comes to somebody passing away. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't do those. One thing I'm gonna say about you guys is you was around for Michael Jackson at Summer Jam. What was that experience like, bro?
You said the Michael Jackson?
Yeah, but Michael Jackson come out. who played themselves? Who was what Michael came? But Michael came to Summer Jam.
Well, at the time, like for me, I'm gonna speak on the younger energy was so high at that time,
Yes.
as far as respect level,
Yes.
to where I can recall at the backstage of the Summer Jam, I'm getting Jay-Z's cell phone number.
Mm.
It was just incredible. It's almost like I don't even think I go to the show to watch the show. So I never really do that. I would go to the show to be a part of who's the Shakers, see the Shakers interact. So like for at that time, I had a situation with Diddy. So at that actual Summer Jam, I was approached by him with Wolf. In reference to some talk that he heard about his son being kidnapped and the young gun's supposed to do this and do that. So I kind of like the energy changed for me at that Summer Jam once I was approached by Diddy and him, not to where, I just end up leaving like.
I'm out of here.
I didn't do the whole Summer Jam. I didn't even, because I don't really do it anyway.
Yeah.
But it was almost like at the time when it happened, I didn't feel threatened to where, because the burden was deep. I will say that.
Yeah.
But it actually wasn't based on my young guns who I would consider like diehards.
Yes.
So it was more or less like, dudes from 7th Ave, 5, couple of people, Marty Best and all them. And I'm not going, Marty's still with me, but most of the other guys from Mount Vernon, once Puffy came in with his entourage, they kind of like slid.
So funny. That's the first time I ever heard that story, what you just said. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Solid D, you heard that before? That's deep. I never heard that story. That's
he came up to me. I can tell you, I was talking to everybody backstage. We bum rushed that Summer Jam. We went from the front door to all the way backstage. They would not say nothing to us. We don't got to laminate no passes. The tunnel. You got to remember, all the security is the same security in New York. So you had the tunnel security doing the Summer Jam security. They basically knew the young guns.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, it's like, yo, we backstage 20 deep. What they gonna tell us to go somewhere? Ain't nobody going nowhere. I'm getting at everybody, bro. I'm talking to Mary. I see Jay. He got his Jay had to walk through with this wild of us, and he got wild jewelry on. And I got his cell phone number. So, and to say those things is almost like, nah, I ain't throwing shade. I'm just saying how much respect that they took, like that banner, where they respected the young guys. I know I had at a time when there was 3 major companies popping in New York. Bad Boy, Rockefeller, Rough Riders, all 3 of the CEOs, and I'm connected to them. Like I have all of their cell phone numbers. I got Diddy number, I got J number, I got D and Y number.
Yeah.
So coming from a perspective of not knowing, when I look at it, I said, damn, it's almost like we being used on a higher level from dudes who really is shot callers.
And I wanted to talk about that energy, Ali. Now, there was a few clubs where y'all shut down those clubs, like those clubs, and you mentioned one, which was the Tunnel. Like it was Brooklyn Wolves and it was YGZ. That's who ran the Tunnel, right? And then you had the what?
The building. We wasn't in the building. We at the building.
In the building. Like, so now you got the attention. If you really want to get into the hip hop of
red zone,
the red zone. I was going to mention the red zone. We're going to go to the red zone, but we got to talk about what's his name? Peter Gate, the dude that owned
Peter Gation, Bronx Tale,
and Julia Rosenberg.
Yes.
You know, these are Jessica Rosenberg. These was the names. These are you knew these names. You knew Jessica's name. You know what I'm saying? And their energy was so big, Zeke.
Yes.
Like they grabbed the attention.
Yo, Jessica asked brother, how many you got with you? Brother be like, I got 50.
Yo, I told Jessica at the Shaquille O'Neal party, Jessica actually brought me to a wine cellar in the back of the supper club and set me down and said, how many with you? I said, it's at least 15. And she asked me how many could pay. I said, none. So she said, I got you. I went to the front. I swear I counted over 25. I ain't gonna say it reached 30, but I know my number was over 25. Like, so when you look, Heavy them only had Heavy B on the list with 3, Eddie F on the list with 3, the YG's on the list with 25 or 26. Whatever the number may be outside, they're coming in. And one thing about that timing, because Jessica was really a part of promoting a lot of them hip hop events. When we went to the Tunnel, it was 2,000 people outside the Tunnel. The YGs never have to wait on that line. They're gonna automatically just remove the gate and let us in. And it would automatically make people who's looking, who are they? Who are them? Who are them? But the red zone play a significant role in building up that whole energy that caused the street hype, because that's where all the fights went down. Puffy was doing that red zone. I don't know if it was Wednesday night. I think it was Wednesday night, bro. Right? It was Wednesday. Now I think it was. Yeah, it might have been. It might have been Wednesday. I think though, bro. Like that Wednesday night Tunnel, and we had fights in the Tunnel to where after the fight, Puff
the red zone.
Yeah, the red zone. Not the Tunnel, the red zone. Puff would actually get on the mic. He's back in the DJ booth. Get on the mic. Yo, YGs, go to the stage. YGs, go to the stage. And it's like, who are the YGs? That's what everybody else is saying. So we are able to just perform. Latif and them just perform. And after their performance, they got some dudes from uptown that just had a fight, that just was tearing up the club. They allowed to go on stage and have a ball, take our shirts off, and now we entertainers. So I know he played a role in how the hype was built, because it's our presence. That presence alone, you got numbers. You got these YG Young Gun shirts. And they gnats. These are gnats. It's like, once they jump on you, it's like some gnats coming at you. And one of our protocol in going downtown was you had to work out, bro.
Wow.
You're not sitting around. YG protocol, like that's a must. Yo, you gotta work out, bro. Because if you ain't working out, then I don't expect you to throw a punch for me. And that's a no-no, like. So that was a part of the, you know, initiative, like, the initiation. Yo, homie, you gotta be working out.
Now I want to ask you a question. Talking about the red zone. The red zone. One of my good friends used to dance for a rap group called Ziggy. My man Romy Rome. He used to go to the red zone a lot, doing all that dancing stuff. My homegirl was down with a group that Queen Latifah had called Bigger Sister. My homegirl Jasmine. Y'all might even know Jasmine, but she used to rap with. When I guess Queen Latifah did a compilation album, and she was on it actually. She was on, I think, Queen Latifah's first compilation album. The Red Zone era of hip hop was it was like the tunnel before the tunnel, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If I'm
That
correct.
era right there is the era that the Y solidified the Young Guns.
Yes,
because right there is where the fights was going down. We had them shirts. We from uptown. Diddy got control over the mic and all that. He's yelling it. The YGs would get more shout outs than any. I don't care what group performed. He would yell like the same way as Brooklyn in the house.
Yes.
And I'm experiencing that all my time downtown. We was experiencing. The Young Guns is in the house. The YGs. You hearing that? So it's actually bringing more hype to whatever this is, whatever this energy is. They knowing about it. So them stories, it's the streets that make you. Because once the streets start talking, it's like, yo, it's moving around. So by the streets making it, when you get them, yo, the YG stories, the Young Guns had a fight with this one, that one, this one. We had a fight at the TLC party where I was arrested. We fought dudes from Brooklyn. And they pressed charges. And dudes really know. They was entertainers. Like, I don't throw shade because we worked it all out. But truth is over lies. Like, when those things happen, it was almost shocking to know that, yo, these dudes from uptown Mount Vernon is going harder than the Brooklyn cats at this time right now. So all of that was solidifying, yo, them Young Guns. I don't know what, yo, the Young Guns. Yo, the Young Guns. And Eddie F, I guess, you know, being an observer, a businessman, also a person from Mount Vernon, and also, I would say, always wanted to help different people in the Vernon. Him and Have, they, you know, to me, that's their agenda. Like, they will always try to pick somebody up from the Vernon. He came and suggested that we be a rap group. It was Eddie F.
Eddie F. Now, Eddie F, that was Heavy D's producer, DJ.
Yep.
Now, who brought Johnny out?
That Sean was running us up in those offices.
Oh, yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
That's D. You said Fat Sean.
His last name was Knight, right? Sean Knight.
Wow.
Yep. But it was Eddie that suggested that whole Young Guns being a rap group. That's where it came from. My brother, like he explained, he was already rapping with Corey, CL. So that was in his heart.
But the only thing, back to the question when y'all asked me, was I upset at bringing Corey down to the basement and then watching, I'm slightly being slid to the side. Yo, like I said, I didn't have no hate in that. The only problem I had with that was when I was around the people that I introduced you to, and they're telling me, you don't want your own meds in them to get no money. How the fuck does that make me feel?
You right.
I brought you in here. You telling these niggas you don't want me to eat?
Well, that's where it comes into, yo, bro. That's where I say, like, at the end of the day, it's like us not knowing, you know, and not knowing. So I go, nah, we ain't even gonna throw shade, because, like, we in negotiating with CL right now. And a lot of the bad blood is being pushed to the side. But we'll tell you, we was on Minister Society's soundtrack.
What?
And we never did a show with Pete Rock and CL Smooth, which is kind of crazy to us. Like, there's a lot of reasons, and it did base on the fact that CL felt he had to get out of our shadows. And that was a statement that Eddie F. said to me. So when we look back, it's almost like it's understandable. And me just talking to CL, like I just talked to him maybe last week.
That's dope.
And I told him that, us talking about all these times and coming up, basically, I respect your executive decision because that's what he had said. He said, I made an executive decision. And I said, you know what, CL, I respect that. You know why I respect that? You was able to feed your family. You was able to send your children to college. You was able to make a way for yourself. Like, you look at the young guns. We carried a lot of extra weight. A lot of extra weight that, was it beneficial? Maybe in the time of fighting, but when it came to business, it really wasn't. So,
no, it wasn't because one of our men came with us up in the lawyer's office. He stole $9,500 from the lawyer. He took another dude over here. Did some shit over here. So you burning up the shit with the industry people. No, they don't want to deal with the YGs.
Nah.
Yeah, everywhere y'all go, y'all vicking something, or y'all robbing something, or you're taking somebody. So they ain't want to do no business.
Solid. These guys are speaking
I was younger
about...
than you dudes, obviously, but you guys growing up in Mount Vernon, it was just legends,
Legends. A lot of hip hop history, bro.
For me, 2-5. Shout out to Jig. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Big Cecil. But shout out to you guys.
Shout out to Whip in the chat. And G-Mac 914.
That's a fact. G-Mac is my age, so he's on here right now. But these guys are still legends to G-Mac. Me and G-Mac were just high school together. Yeah. So these guys are older than us, right? So these are the guys we going to 4th Street Park and seeing gamble $4,000, lose it, come back with 10. These are the guys that are bringing Biz Marquis and all these dudes to 4th Street Park. And when we come out to 4th Street Park, we're like, oh shit, it's crazy. 4th Street Park was a movie, You got Skip to the Lou out there, you got all that Summer League. Summer League was hot. Keith Sweat. It was hot because of these guys. But this is what I want to say, man. Since we was on that topic, when we heard, because K was just talking about shit that they didn't do, that they got pressure, right? So you got ridiculed for. So I remember hearing how y'all had beef with Pete Rock, and it was kind of almost like I was heartbroken. Like I was like, wait, the Young Guns smacked Pete Rock at the light or some shit like that, and I'm like, wait, what? But when we think of the Young Guns, we only think of the youth.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything get thrown on me and Sean. And see, I didn't know. A couple of the brothers with us went down there and vandalized Pete's car and, bust up the vehicle. And I was shocked that they did that because one of them would actually just walk up on you and break your jaw. God rest his soul, Dutch will break you up.
Oh, yeah, Dutch.
And the other, now Howie and D-Nice, they might do that. Put some sand in your gas tank, shit like that. Whatever the reason was, they didn't have to beat up the man's car. And right away, the whole group got blamed for it. It wasn't the people who did it. It was the YGs, all of them.
But that's a part of what we're saying as far as the business. It's almost like, even in those stories with Flex, you can't say that Tom or Kenny Guest took Pete to a bank and made him take some money out of ATM. That's not, that wasn't me, and it wasn't my brother. So you got stories that they talk about with the clique might have did. I don't know. The clique could have did it. Once that green light was on and Pete became the money man, I'm quite sure a lot of things changed for him. So I always looked at Pete as a person to where, he got the grass in the yard, bro. He's a good bro. He ain't on the concrete. He's nowhere near concrete. So
I really felt like I shouldn't have had to go through those lengths with Pete, being that I used to be down there in his crib for breakfast. And this is the 80s. This is the late 80s, after the house parties, all that, brother. Knew his grandmother, knew his
Our
whole family.
relationship is different. So and I understand that, but I'm going from a perspective of like the stories with calling the cops and this, that, whatever. I mean, like I told CL, I told him this. Yo, fam, what would you expect Pete to do? What type of person do you think Pete is? Do you think he a person where he gonna go get his own gun? He gonna hire a gun? Or he gonna go, you know what? It's America, man. I got somebody I can call and they can probably better the situation. He's gonna use that, B. Don't make him out to be like, oh, yo, he just snitched on me on this, that, whatever. Like, it's like, yo, there's a lot of stories somebody can tell about each other when we was younger. Yeah. And it could be humiliating. But what are you getting out of it, though? And when it comes to those type of things, I say, yeah, I'm not scared to say what I did. Me and E had a dispute over tracks. You cannot take people's money and you just give us whatever you want to give us and don't ever show up to the studio. That's where my beef was. It's almost like, yo, look, bro, I watch you. We all watch you. My brother love you. Like, my brother, like, all this stuff. Like, I'm watching you. Because you probably a little younger than me, Pete, but I'm more a street dude. So I'm not coming to your mother's house, sitting there eating and none of that. That wasn't me. That's my brother. But so I always keep you on a level of, that's the good dude. He's a good family dude, whatever, whatever. But when you get money or you start bubbling, as far as making a name for yourself, a lot of energy change, and you just, it's like, man up, bro. The same dude you was talking to me the same way, like, yo, fam, I can't get you on the phone no more. You took our bread, and now you ain't showing up. And then as years went by, I can evaluate it differently. I can say, man, I could have handled that different because I could have always gave him the benefit of the doubt because you got a lot of unsociable thugs that's in this young gun clique. They might do some shit. And that's just where the problem lies. Because without order, it's a freestyle venture. Like Dutch, when we talk of Dutch, Brooklyn Mark, that's wolf. That's like a wolf. He's woofing. He came up to Mount Vernon and he was terrorizing. He's robbing dudes. Like, so for him, like when you look at like Brooklyn Mark to become Dutch and certain individuals, we not telling Brooklyn Mark not to be Brooklyn Mark once we get a deal. So when he stole the 9,000 and took the money, it's like, hey,
I'm not giving it all back. I'm not giving it all back.
I wasn't mad at Dutch.
I wasn't mad at
him because I know where he come up. Me and Brooklyn Mark was in Tyson camp, bro. We was in Vegas and Dutch was robbing everything. He robbed Mike Tyson. I'll tell you that. Word.
Word. He definitely was robbing every damn thing.
He robbed everything, B. Mike Tyson respect him. We was in camp, in Mike Tyson camp together. This all through Heavy D. Heavy D sent me and Dutch to Vegas to be boxers. Like, so we trained out there when Tyson was fighting Razor Ruddock, those two fights, we was out there in Vegas in his camp. So I watched Mike train every day and certain things off of Heavy D.
Question, I want to ask you a question. Hold on. Did Mike Tyson have a bunch of Albany cats with him when he fought Reddick Bowe, or was he already saying F Leon Horn and him and his man?
I don't think Tyson fought Reddick Bowe.
No, he fought Razor Ruddock.
Razor Ruddock. When he fought Razor Ruddock, he had Team Tyson, the Albany cats, I believe. The Albany cats. Horn and what's his name? Holloway. Leon Holloway. The guards with him. A bunch of people.
I'm not sure. I don't think back then because his trainer was Richie Giacchetti.
Yeah, he had the Team Albany with him. That was a Team Tyson from Albany. Mad Albany cats. Like he had a lot of guard bodies with him, I bet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guards.
But that was the trick. Like during the time we was there,
Yes.
when we was out in Vegas, he was being trained by Richie G and Getty.
Yeah. By that guy, yes.
That was not Hall and then the other guy, John Horry and all that. That was Richie G and Getty, and that was his camp.
Yeah.
So, and if you do any Google on Richie G and Getty, he's a big trainer. So.
Tomorrow, as a squad, his little crew that he had with him. I'm not the trainer, but like these Albany cats, like his little crew he ran with. At that point in time.
I'm not gonna say they ain't from Albany.
Yeah.
But I can't really say that.
Oh, I got you saying because he's.
You know me, like I was around dudes, and I ain't gonna say they. I don't know where
they're from. They're just with the nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mike is originally from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yes.
Yeah, but you know, this is a true story too. I seen Mike Tyson before he was the champion. To see him in Latin quarters.
See, before he's
like how small the world is, and then I end up being in a camp with him. He set a heavy D table. Like this, it's just bugged out. Just one relationship or one outlet as far as that entertainment and where it took us. Got us a record deal and all that. Like,
yo, you got to see some shit, man. You got to see the world.
The street. Yeah, our energy comes from who we are. We grew up in New Rochelle, and our block, and we had singled out. We had the most loyal niggas in the universe.
Shout out to Guy Van.
Yeah, we was loyal soldiers. None of us had our fathers. So when you look at our upbringing and how we kind of brought that to the verdict, we had like a street. When you would say a street general, you would say Crow. Our brother Crow, like Crow, he kept us fighting everybody. Huh? Crow kept us fighting every clique around the damn town. Yeah, Crow is he's a fighter. I don't know, when we was young, I used to just think he's mad. He's angry. So at any given time, he will explode, right? But I think when he went to Spofford and came home from Spofford, he was just super nice.
Gotcha.
52 and techniques. Yeah, and I think, because Crow, I say he went through his battles, so when he was younger, he couldn't really fight that good. He would fight, he had heart. He had super heart. He's the type of youth that, because I watched him, I say, damn, like the big dudes that beat up Crow, he'll still come back and keep trying to fight them, get beat up again, keep coming back. It's like...
Got you.
Yeah, until he went super workout, and then I think it was Make that came on the block. Make, because I used to see Make every time I used to go to school, he'd be in the backyard working out. And Make came back to Huguenot with these muscles and shit. And that's when the weights came to Huguenot. Everybody got on the weights and all that. But other than that, Fro always can fight. Definitely got hard. But it was the strength that he got from my other boy, Make. But nah, you got Crow before Make. You got Crow. Crow was always the one who was like everybody around him. If you have Bob, Rod, all of them, they're gonna get a test from Crow.
Gotcha.
Like he's gonna one day, I don't know if he's gonna punch you or he's gonna do something, but he's gonna test you to see if you're tough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he didn't do that to LJ. He didn't do that to Dave Washington. He fought Dave Washington. Dave Washington is tough. So you ain't got to worry about that. Yeah, Dave Washington is straight up tough. Very tough. A yard man that too. Yeah, he's tough. Now, Crow fought everybody. Rod, Bob, Roberto. Crow probably smacked all of them. Fought all of them. I'm dead serious. The only reason he didn't fight Mace because Mace was his cousin. He used to always want to beat Mace's ass, his own cousin. So his energy was that. He was the one that, to me, it was like, nah, just fight. Everybody just fight. And it's like, yeah, we fought together and it works.
Oh, yeah. That's
I remember he was going to Mount Vernon because I remember he was young. He was living in Mount Vernon, so he was getting tasted of the wild Mount Vernon world, coming back to do his show. He was from City Park, but on Huguenot, you see that little block we grew up on, City Park don't like us, the projects don't like us, the Hollow. So or the Magnus.
Oh no. We had the Hollow on the West was our allies.
The Hollow was cool, but you still had dudes. Cause you remember Crow fought that dude, their big man from the Hollow. He came on our block to beat
Yeah.
Yo, Jamel, how do a dude come on a block knowing he gonna beat this dude ass and take a beating like of a lifetime, bro?
He thought he was gonna beat Bird. Bird put that 52 hands.
Dope, man. This is New York. This is history right here. This is yo. You know what?
Yeah.
And I'm happy you touched on that P-Rock joint, man, because you was very well versed. And see, there was no hate in that. You kept it 100. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. See, that was real. You was well versed. You was very well clear, and it was just like it was a hip hop issue we had. It wasn't the street. It was hip hop, and things happen when business ain't right sometimes. But you kept it official. You didn't say he a pussy, he a clown. You didn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's real, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's honorable. You know what I'm saying? That's an honorable action, bro. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Well, you gotta look at like in all honesty, because I know like it comes to a time where every human is a human. So I know my brother, him and CL probably had their little situation, just moving forward, because it be like that.
Mm-hmm.
It be like that. So
Yo,
the same way with Pete and I. The same way with Pete and I, outside looking in, nobody kind of know the story. You just get picked up as we the bad guys. But
tagging niggas to the ATM. You know what I'm saying? Smacking niggas at the light. Yo,
but look, we already know where the information came from.
Yeah.
Let's put it out there.
Yeah.
Yes, Pete did want his money up front. We gave him the money up front. I think it was like $103,000 or something like that. And like brother said, he wasn't coming to the studio, he wasn't showing up.
Yeah, it's a lot of
he wasn't
money,
mixing
man.
it. So
he just giving us tracks.
We got a problem.
Like, I didn't even get some tracks to select. You just gave me whatever you wanted to give me, bro.
You're being honest.
All of that is making me feel a certain way because now, if we have an opportunity,
it made everybody on first and third feel a certain way.
Yeah, man, because we got an opportunity to make some money. So why are we getting shortchanged? Why are we not getting the producer in the studio, the great beat, get the opportunity to make a selection? So when it started being like that, it kind of like just shifted all the relationships.
Yes.
And like I'll always say this though, because you got to look at where people come from. And where people come from and where they venture out as young people, if you don't touch the concrete and you don't touch certain things, like, you could be a little leery when it gets to certain things. And to me, it's acceptable and it's expected, like, because we all human. So I ain't going to be throwing shade to where when they come violent, somebody will hurt you, somebody will bust you in your head, somebody will do something bad to you. Come on, man, you're a human. You might have to either leave or make an adjustment or do something to resolve it. So I get it.
Yo, you know what's dope is that, see, a lot of people didn't hear the whole story. So we hear the whole story now. Y'all got a budget. Yo, we gotta keep it in the hood. Here, you're a producer. We know you. You DJ at our parties here. Instead of we're gonna give you $150,000. Give us a clap. Let's create something great. And he began to play games. I understand, giving me these beats, not pulling up, disappearing. So sometimes the
family not only disappearing, they riding past first and third with new Tonka toys.
Oh God!
They honking the horn. They honking the horn and they keep going.
Yo, what's up? So now you're sitting here going, the street part ain't coming out of you. It's he's playing with me part. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he playing?
Yeah, he got the bag. Now you got a new toy. Your other man come through with the toy.
Waving at us, going out. You know what I'm saying?
You keep going. We telling you to pull over. Niggas ain't pulling over. Come on, man.
So they force your hand.
Truth over lies, we would have been security for everybody. Like,
Yes.
and just from the heart perspective.
Yes.
If it's like Pete, you get it too, free security, CL, anybody, P. Diddy. Y'all get that. Y'all was able to be in positions where you automatically getting that because there's a love thing that the Vernon run off of. And the love is, yo, whoever's next up to bat, the team is supporting. That's really where, that's how we was built like. So when it started going left and shaky and in-house, man, these street dudes, bro.
Yeah,
they don't want to talk.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how street dudes are.
Yeah,
what are
facts.
we doing?
You start sweating. Like you said, he out in past you going throwing the peace sign up. Like, yo, like after a while, once you begin to talk to yourself.
They throwing up the peace sign, they keep going.
Keep going.
We in neighborhood wars every day out here.
Exactly, bro. So I know the feeling. You begin to talk to yourself. Like, he think I'm soft? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to have to violate him now. Now, there's no forgiving. Now, you don't even want the money no more. It gets to the point, fuck the money. I'm going to get mine one way or another. You know what I'm saying?
You have people around you like that.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened. Niggas start talking to themselves. Yo, son, you know what, man? He's going to respect this one. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. I'm tired of playing with him and his man. They waving at us. He's laughing. He's giggling. He's not, like you said, not coming to the studio selling these funny ass beats. Listen. I've been around some music Spanish niggas. Some niggas start acting crazy. Niggas start sweating. Once the sweat come off the forehead, all remedies has been exhausted. You done spoke to Jesus or Allah 5 times. I love this nigga Pete Rock, man, but he has to get violated now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's coming from.
Yeah.
Like I say, man, you either gonna be of your word or anything other than that, dude's gonna be in their feelings.
Yeah.
Opportunity is opportunity. If we got an opportunity you already thinking like, yo, we get a shot. So we want some good stuff. That's gonna make everybody excited, like even the project.
Yeah.
When that energy is took in and it's a beat down from the gate,
no,
that's where I told Pete security guard, before that happened.
Yes.
And I had a problem with that.
Yes.
And I told him, like, yo, fam, when I see your man, I'm telling you ahead of time, bro. Because I'm not that dude. I'm not the dude that want to get rude, want to disrespect, want to do none of that. And I know you got to eat. But mind your business. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah.
And he took more of a beating than Pete.
The security nigga? Oh, the security guy?
Yeah, because look, the security was getting beat down on His spot was on Pete.
Pete ain't even go through nothing. He got punished.
Yeah, the security got punished, but Bob was chasing Pete over the Tina issue.
Yeah, but that's something where ain't even ours. That's it.
Word.
Female shit.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Ours was about business.
Ours was about, look, we paid this man $103,000.
Yeah, bro.
6 tracks.
Everybody, man.
We need to talk about this.
The punishment is, I'll get mad when I see the nigga over here. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to you. All right, I'm going to tell you security. I seen him at 4th Street Park the week before that happened. I said, yo, fam, I got a problem with your man. Boom, boom. I explained everything to him. And he still took it upon himself to help defend Pete. And I don't know why, with all the wolves.
Too many wolves is outside. So
too many, B. You all get punished.
So we have to punish you.
I felt bad because this is Mount Vernon, man. Dudes don't want to hurt dudes.
Saladin.
You got to feel bad. I had to see that man like a year change later. And it'd be bugged out because they might want to get back, but it's still, you got to second guess.
Yeah, you got to second guess him, man. But he forced your hand. He just sitting there defending it. You got 150,000. Sometimes you just got to not say nothing. Like, yo, you right.
His brother ran up on me.
Yo, please don't hit me.
Young ran up on me.
Huh?
He's like, yo, his brother ran up on me. He's like, yo, you niggas shoot that shit to my brother. I was getting my hair cut in the chair.
Yeah.
He ran up in the barbershop. Yo, niggas, that's fucked up. I thought he was coming for revenge. I jumped up out the chair, pulled out the knife.
Puerto Rican shit. Don't say, I got you. Don't say every.
He was like, yo, CK, I just came to talk to you. I was like, well, shit, nigga. A little hostile with that talk.
Yeah.
We don't play. We are playing. Like, look, it's a bad thing that it happens.
The
But
150,000, you gotta
in
respect it,
all
bro.
aspects.
Yeah, you don't play
I
about
warned
that.
your brother, B.
Yeah.
I told him like a man, yo, please mind your business, bro. Like, I'm not here to do. I don't got nothing against you. This is none of your business. So that's the problem with people. They'll be like taking on. That's how when you look at life, how people get power. Because you'll sell your gun to this dude. As soon as your gun go off for him, over. Wolf, wolf, wolf. You gave your gun to son. Once you let someone else control your gun, how you gonna kill somebody because he feel a certain way?
Facts.
I'm gonna shoot you because this dude right here is mad.
Facts.
So once I start doing shit like that, you mad, son? So now you want me? You hit, B. You gonna be hit. That power, he just took your power. And as it all came 360, you seen the end of it. So you just be another dead one.
It's because when I heard the rant from Flex, it brought me back to, I remember the Young Guns. You know what I'm saying, from YO, like from I'll say the 914 Mount Vernon. And I was like, yo, son.
But we lived in Yonkers too for about a good 2-3 years.
You know what I'm saying?
We lived in Yonkers too.
See, shout out to
Elm and Van Cortlandt.
And
he was on Elm and Van Cortlandt.
I used to dance with Mary in
the
office every weekend, B.
Wow, that's dope, bro. The first album, as in the first album?
Before she even came out, that was my dancing partner every weekend while we lived in Yonkers. Used to be an office.
That was the era, yep. That was the era of dancing. You had a lot of killers that danced back then. That's how ever we come from. Go to the club, S-Kill, whatever, and get our little dance on. That was dope to do the routines. Like, it was nothing soft about that. You know what I'm saying? You had 100 niggas ready to jump somebody anyway, so you was good. You know what I'm saying? But
well, I'm gonna say this to you about First of all, I'm not a killer. Yeah. I'm just trying to have a good time. And second of all, like, the reason why a lot of stuff happened, like, I'm built on certain, I say protocols that my grandmother did. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. And there's a God, right? So by me growing with that molded in me, like that's molded in me, it's like I'm not a troublemaker, bro. I'm not coming outside to start with you. I'm not picking on nobody. I'm not doing those things. Yeah. What happens is that you see what the world is. The more you're a person that's away, I don't want to talk crazy. I don't want to do none of that shit. You might be singled out to be the person to where they gonna mess with you.
Yes.
So a lot of my fights is based off of defense. It's not based off of me just mad and I'm just coming. Nah, it's like my brother and the Crow and all of them, one thing they knew for sure. If I'm fighting or if someone started with me. If something happened and I'm outside, somebody started with me. And they don't care because they know that someone started with him. He's not starting trouble. So they're gonna come hard.
That's dope, man. We've been on here. This energy and this flow is dope. We're talking classic New York. They went from the beginning, from '85 to the Brooklyn Cats in Midtown, to the Roxy, to the Red Zone, to Uptown Records, Heavy D. This is a classic New York hip hop story from dudes that came off the streets that Heavy D gravitated to, that they were able to get a budget for hip hop. They don't own albums that we don't speak about because dudes never really pushed it, but Nancy Society and the rest. Now, I would never knew that CL Smooth, that you brought him to the basement and to on some hip hop shit. I would never knew that because nobody never speak upon that. You know what I'm saying? This is history, party people.
I think Pete admitted it one time.
Oh, okay.
When they asked him, how did he meet Corey? He said, Kenny Guess from the YGZ brought him down to the basement. I think
that's
he said
history,
that one time.
Bro. Because the CL Smooth I know was the creator, and I reminisce and a bunch of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I would have never knew that before all that happened. You guys is putting it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. CL used to be with Huguenot first. Like him coming from Queens, it's almost like without us as allies and what we would say are as friends. CL, you couldn't move out here like in Westchester like that. You wouldn't have been able to even maneuver or make any presence or noise in Westchester without the Huguenot banner, without Guest Prologue and Guest Brothers, everything that come from Huguenot. I forget about Bertle and the Bob and Rod. And we had a clique. Our clique secured that. Because once CL is accepted, he's a part of us. Oops. So when he came to the verdict, he's still a part of us. Big book. Yeah, so CL was able to utilize that. It's like him coming to the verdict, his family is the Guest Brothers. Crow, all of us, Huguenot. You know, so he's able to utilize that because if you mess with him, you're going to be messing with Kitty, you're going to be messing with Tom, you're going to be messing with Crow, you're going to be messing with those dudes. Yes. So it helps. It helps.
Yeah.
No.
It's up to y'all. And yeah, if y'all decline, I will respect it. I got one of y'all own in the chat, Whip Wop. Shout out to Whip Wop. He brought up the MoP story. If y'all don't want to tell it,
why?
Y'all don't have to tell it.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
How about some hardcore?
Oh, exactly. What was it? How did it start? What was it over like?
You need to break that down. Shoot, like the TLC party, right? Because we was connected. And yes, I had laminates. And you see, during this whole time, I'm telling you, I'm a hustler. So I'm outside the TLC party, letting 4 or 5 people in at $20 a head.
That was a lot of money back there. Don't fight.
I'm hustling, bro.
When he walking through the door, he got 5, 6 dudes waiting there so we can make sure they don't resist giving it back.
No resistance. No resistance. I like that.
So the kids, MoP, it was really Lil Fame. It wasn't Gant. The other one. It was him, Supreme brother, a couple of brothers. That's Premier brother, some of them dudes. But I'm out there hustling, and they walk up towards me. I'm by myself outside.
I thought you was with Mace.
I was by myself. Mason, y'all was inside. I was by myself outside.
What Mace you talking about? Rapper Mace?
Nah, we have a friend named Mace.
Copy.
Before that dude.
Copy.
Yeah. True word. But I'm outside and I'm letting the dudes in. I'm charging people $20 to get in. So Little Fame and them come up, kids from Brooklyn. It's about 4 or 5 of them. So I knew them from the TV. So I'm the type of person like I'm not a hater. Yeah. I would have just gave, like, if you talk with a little respect or you have any type of cool talk, I would just let you in. Yeah. Just because. But his man, he had a dude with him that was rude. He's the one that's like, so I don't know. I knew Lil Fame, so the kid asked me, yo, can I see your laminate? I'm outside by myself. And I'm like, yeah, you can see it. I showed it to him. He's like, yo, I can't hold it. But his energy is kind of different. And I'm like, nah, fam, you can see it, though. And then he just pulled out his knife. I'm like, yo. Me and him started, so Little Fame and I'm just like, yo, what? You gonna pull out? I say, yo, fam, I'm not the one, fam. And I'm asking him, yo, put down your knife. It's like 4 of them. I'm like, yo, put down your knife. I'll fight. Like, put down your knife. He ain't put down his knife. I said, all right, I'll be right back. I runs in the TLC party. As soon as I get in the party, YGZ is right there. It's like I didn't even have to look. They was right there. Like my brother, my cousin Tara, Macy, certain people was right there. So when I came in, I was like, yo, these niggas fronting on me outside. So we come out, they was walking around, but it's like the way they did it. And I guess at that time it was like, nah, I want to get back because y'all came at me left, then y'all pull out knives on me. I'm really by myself. Nah, I don't respect that. So we following them. We going around the block. Then we catch it up to them, and I'm like, yo, what up? What's up now? And I picked up 2 rocks because I knew they had knives. So when they first, when they stopped and they seen us, I'm like, yeah, what up now? What's good? Homie pulled out his knife. I said, you ain't gonna put down your knife? I swear I was a pitcher, bro. I hit both of them in the face with a rock. I hit one of them, I hit Little Fame in the face with the rock. And then I hit the other kid with the rock. And then they attacked. The attack it went on. It just went crazy.
It went crazy.
It went crazy. It was wet up, hit up, whatever. Cops came real quick. We dispersed. This is in Midtown Manhattan. This is at the Roseland.
Gotcha.
Don't forget, a few people got stabbed up.
Yeah, no, look. I know, but the first battle, when we was around, when we went around there, he got wet up. They had, I said, yeah, they got hit up, whatever. Boom. They want to get back.
Yeah,
they start following us back to the TLC party, and he picked up the same rock I hit away. So, as soon as we got in front of the TLC party, they was on us. So the first thing, I knew he had the rock because he had his hair behind his back, and he threw that shit at me so quick. And I ducked. It hit me in my back, and it just turned into another brawl. And after that brawl, they was baggaged up. And we went to, I said, nah, they got baggage.
But not only that, they was putting us out. They was like, yo, them niggas stabbed us.
Oh, Bendito.
Remember I said that the cops, it was crazy because it just, once it was on. Now, the cops, after they arrested all of us, they gave me the charge. They kept me because of my jacket. I had already been up north because I never even had a knife. And this how crazy that story is. We was downtown and the cops was laughing at me. It was really saying like, yo, it was a fight, Brooklyn against Mount Vernon, and Brooklyn pressing charges. That's exactly what they were saying, bro.
Damn, Brooklyn.
Now,
shit, you gotta take an L on this one.
I started my case right in the bullpen. As soon as I said they kept me out of the Young Guns, and they kept Little Fame out of them, right? Me and Little Fame is passengers going down to Central Booking together. He's on one side. I said, yeah, we passengers. As soon as we get to Central Booking, on everything, I step right to him, bro. I step right to him. And it's like, what I said to him, he ended up calling the kid. They came to court. By the time I went to court, 2 a.m, they was in the court. And when the DA, when they first start talking about the case, he said, yeah, the guy is in the hospital, got a punctured lung, this, that. Mind you, I never even stabbed her, though. I'm not even a stabber. But I'm getting the charge because I had already been up north.
Yeah.
So I knew they only gave me that charge because I already had a jacket.
Yeah.
But I never stabbed nobody. And then I told Little Fame in the situation, I was like, yo, Fam, you was swinging a knife, you stabbed my brother. And I said, yo, your man don't press charges. I'm going to tell him to press charges on you. That's exactly what I told him. And I told him, like, yo, yeah, like, y'all know I get stabbed. I never even had a knife. So he called Supreme or Premier. They called Head. Head didn't even have to pay for that lawyer. Because by the time the lawyer met me in court, I ended up going to see the judge about 2 a.m. They was in the courtroom. So once the DA came up, and they trying to say that the kid was in the hospital, he got a punctured lung. The guy just got up, and he was like, nah, he didn't stab me. So they just had to release me. And me and them talked while we walked out. Like we walking out the court, because I'm being released, and it's 2 of them. So I'm just talking to them, and they was like, yo, he was kind of mad when he got kicked. Something he's saying when he was down, and I'm saying, yo, Fam. Yeah, I kicked him in the face.
You kicked him unconscious.
But I told him we at war, bro. I like, what do you want me to do? We at war. So that's all I could. That was my explanation. But that's
Have had us laughing at that shit too. He's like, yo, he got on the phone. He said, yo, Premier, what kind of shit is that? Your minister try to rob my man, and now they press the charges.
Word.
Damn.
They came to court and dropped that shit. Word up. But that was basically our encounter. And when I look at it, me and Little Fame, I seen Little Fame at the Source Awards like years after. And you know, he dapped me up. I dapped him up. He know hard feelings and all that. He know how that whole thing started and what it all was about. So we bigged each other up. He actually on my tape. He on the Guns and God tape.
Oh yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. That's dope. That's definitely dope, man. That's a story to hear, man. See, this is all hip hop. This is hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, they try to play with the laminate. Like, yo, son, what's this? Like, yo, what's going on, man? But that's Brooklyn for you. Brooklyn niggas gonna be Brooklyn niggas no matter where they go. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, we did the same thing at Jackson Rapper.
Flex got on the radio the next day and said some heavy blows was thrown at the Rose line last night. That's what he said.
Heavy blows.
Heavy blows.
Shout out to Funk Master Flex, man. Yo, this is dope, man. Yo, this is dope, man. Heavy blows. Yo.
Yeah, you can't get a fist fight today to save your life.
You can't get one to save your life. These young boys are spinning on everything moving. They spinning on the ice cream man and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's on everything moving. Yo, did I tell that nigga? You know what I'm saying? These young boys is out of line, man. He out of line.
There's a different recruiting time. You gotta look at what they being recruited
for.
That's recruit.
That's true.
Say, yo, what you got recruited, and now you recruiting.
Now you just
and whatever
other
you
niggas
recruited to, it only got like more and more to a level of unconsciousness because there's no God in the universe. Nobody bringing that to the conscious, like the good in us. Yeah, it's like everybody dealing with the low frequencies. So the low frequencies is able to pass off throughout, especially with angry black people, struggling black people, already had to go through that struggle. That struggle alone make you a little angry. And then now, you know, it's easier because this is what is promoted. It's no God consciousness in the universe. And then where it's solidified for the young blacks, because most of the people who talk God, saying, y'all look at it, they might be doing something crazy about it when they leave the pulpit or whatever. It's a lot of weird
stuff, man. And everybody's on demon time, you know. You right, all this crazy.
Yeah.
This crazy shit, demon time and tight jeans and diabetic sneakers. This shit they got out of line, man. Like,
on the demon jaw. Let's get the 30-day trip. Let's get the cameras going. Let's get the hype built.
Yo, you know some fun, man.
Let's get some money out of it.
Let's get some. They don't want no money. They want to swipe the card.
I got 15 on that demon jaw. Let's go.
But and truth be told, anything that's about life saving, that's where we should be at. Really.
Yeah.
So Zeke, can I tell you something, Zeke?
What's good, brother?
Kenny Guest actually got shot.
Wow.
Because
I lost my brother-in-law the same night I got shot.
Wow. Rest in peace.
He killed my brother-in-law, shot me twice in the side. I spun and ran. He hit me 3 more times in the back. 2 caught me in the shoulder, 1 caught me near the spine. And my legs gave away.
Wow.
So, I've been in this situation for 22 years now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you have Kenny he's in a wheelchair is what he's trying to tell you.
Yes,
He doesn't walk right now for 20 years. You understand? At that moment, from what I know, and Ali will tell you better, see, we only knew him as Tom Guest. I'm going to keep it 1,000. Tom Guest, legend in my town. There are a few legends like I named before. 2-5. 2-5 is going all around New York. And then if you go to Harlem, go anywhere, they go to 2-5. You understand? R.I.P. 2-5. 2-5 passed away. He got shot, and he was shot. So, once his brother, and I'm talking from the outside in, but you got the two brothers here, so when I finish talking, they'll tell you their experience. I'm just telling you how I looked at it as somebody growing up. Once K got shot, we seen Ali go through a transition. Like I said, his name was Tom. So all of a sudden, he changed his name from Ali. You see a transition, and it's like you didn't. The name changed from Young Guns to Guns of God, and then you started seeing him in the community more. To this day, he's out in the community putting up signs to stop the violence, bro. So we don't know, even though that K paid the price, we don't know if anything else would have sparked that inside of Ali. You understand what I'm saying? Because now he's actually an activist.
That's dope. That's good, man. It's an activist.
No, my brother went out to ride for me a few nights, and but then it was an incident, because we was looking for him. He was gone for a long time, and when he came back to the building, Sweat, he told me a story, and then I was like, "You stupid! Don't do that shit again. Just let it go."
You gotta like during that time when you look at it, I say, yo, I'm from the streets, B. They touched my backyard. This is my brother. So I had already been up north, so it is not about sharing or telling somebody to ride with you. I would leave my house with my children, leave them sleep, and I'll go manhunt. Because I knew who shot my brother, because K, he was witty enough to scribble his name on a piece of paper, even though he had them 5 bullets in him. So I always, like, from the day it happened, we knew who shot him. So by me knowing who had shot him, it's like I'm leaving my house every night in tears, though. Yeah. Because my reality is my reality. I love my children. And I'm leaving them based on what I'm going through right now. And what I'm going through is I want some get back. He shot my brother. I want to shoot him back. And that's not even my cup of tea, the gun thing. It's fine. I'm not, listen, to each his own. But my whole point is, like, when you going out there every night, you leaving them, and I'm leaving really in tears because I'm knowing this might not even, it's like 5 and Taz. How he's speaking on 2-5, rest in peace. His little brother, after 2-5 was shot, he went and shot somebody. Totally innocent, and now he's locked up. So I always had it, like, up here, everybody know the Guest brothers. So they automatically is going to come back to me. So, but it's like your heart is still your heart. So I need some get back. It didn't work. I went to try to, I talked to a doctor. They said they needed like 50,000 so my brother could walk. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually moving backwards because now I'm more of a family man with my baby moms. I got my children. But this reality hit me to where now I'm coming back to like street solutions. I try to rob some, dolo. And I left with my life. And when I left with my life, I told my brother the story, like, and it was weird. And when he said that, and I was kind of hurt, truth be told, because it's like I'm just dealing with emotions. And my emotions is like, nah, I just want to help my brother. Like, so now that didn't work. I went to a church just off of thoughts of these other 2 brothers who saying like, yo, seek ye the kingdom. My grandmother raised us in a spiritual, like, environment as far as she always reading the Bible, certain things, So we kind of had that intake in us. So by these brothers, like, saying, yo, seek ye the kingdom, I just went to the church. I don't even think I remember anything that they was talking about. And I came out with Guns of God. And Guns of God, to this day, is life. For me, it's life for me because when the Young Guns, when the back, like my backyard got touched, I'm the young gun that has to do something. I'm automatically the young gun. That's my bro. So it's almost like, yo, and you been up north and you know the game, and you knowing like who could you trust. Like, I don't want a co-defendant. I don't want none of that shit. So, at the end of the day, them decisions, the best decision I made was going up in that church and coming out with guns of God. How you gonna compete with young guns? You gotta have some guns of God. Let your mouth be your gun. It's only one higher source that's boss. That's the life right now where I'm on, to where, yo, it's just about high frequency. Taking all the energy that we capitalized off of. People admired or gave us some homage, some type of way for whatever we brought to the table, not just on a regular. Now it's about life. Like, so that alone that's where I'm at. And I said 20 years ago, when you going through it and you trying to figure out how I'm gonna come out of this, the best thing I could say and what preserved me, what saved my life through the ups and downs, no matter what people say to me, is the faith that Guns of God gave me.
Yo, that's deep, man. You know, when a good friend of mine named David, when he passed away, that's how I felt. Like I wanted to seek revenge, man. And just to hear what you just said, man. I ain't kill nobody, but just to hear what you just said, man. That's real. That's real. And that's what people need to hear, man. You could have went and caught a body, but you found your brother's situation. You found the way to save lives, man. To have a message for saving lives, and the Guns of God has a more of a purpose than the young guns, bro. You hear me? Because now you're at the age of saving lives.
Yo, and you look at the 20 years of like taking on something that come to you, and I say, yo, I didn't grow up anticipating being on this level of, trying to be anywhere you call activist or whatever, but you have Guns of God, let your mouth be your gun, one high source that's boss, right? For everybody. That's the initiative. From Guns of God comes Stop the Itchy Finger. The Itchy Finger is a song that my brother actually made up, the Itchy Finger. But we did a song back in the days called the Itchy Finger. So I made a stick, Stop the Itchy Finger. It's equivalent to a stop sign. It's like a psychological approach to combat gun violence, right?
The AP
It defies the act. And how is the act defied? I define the act by my life experiences.
Yes.
So what is the itchy finger? It's a disease humans suffer from. Using guns to temporarily empower themselves by shooting someone, causing injury or death. Why do you say that? Well, I've seen killers kiss killers. Kool-Aid on your lips, quick flip. So a reality be, there's a consequence after that. And most people might think, like, oh, that's what's up. So, yo, fam, if you've been up north, you think that's the softest shit you could ever do. The most cowardice shit you could ever do. And that's something that I never wanted to imitate. Like, why do I want to be that when I seen a killer with Kool-Aid on his lips, man? I don't know what we check in for, but I damn sure ain't checking for this. That's like real life. So from your real life experiences, you can say, yo, Don, they temporarily empowered. Boom. Then you have new melanin order, out to prevent the slaughters, protection for our women's sons and daughters. Yeah. Men can't pretend, come join in. What's that about? New melanin order, self-explanatory, out to prevent the slaughters, protection for our women's sons and daughters. Who gonna help us? Who gonna care about the melanin? But us. So it's a way to G-check self. Because whatever reason we got to be divided is straight. It's to me, it's like, it's irrelevant. We're non-existing. We're not moving until we see the oneness in a nation. So that's the new melanin order. Then you have truth over lies. The truth don't hurt, it helps, relieves, soothes, comforts. Because without truth, it's like, what are you doing? You're just wasting time living a lie. Yeah. Everybody want to know if they're sleeping with the enemy, right? So these are all the initiatives that come from, like, Guns of God. Then you got a thug. Like, thug. To defy a thug, you have to know what it is. And what is a thug? The humble unto God. A thug only humble themselves to Most High. the man that they see is just the man that they see.
Yes.
So that's where, and it's just high frequency. Like when you think low, you think of low frequency. Yo, my nigga, I don't like niggas. They stink. It's how they think. They wish you and I stink. Because when you look at the ideology of a nigga and where it comes from, how could I accept that to be I, or to like refer to myself or anybody that look like me that? But I can look at Donald Trump and say, yo, that's really a nigga. That's facts. He's nasty. He's ignorant. The first two attributes. They think they the shit. You feel me? Like, this is not, that's them. So as long as we accept, it's almost like Negro low frequency. Nah, throw that shit back. Negro, nigga, throw that shit back. We gotta stand for like who we are, one nation. So I'm all about all of that, bro. Like just on a level of where the consciousness go once you tap into that frequency to say, you know what, something got to come out of this. Me going to jail, my brother said I would have been stupid. That's true. So then you go, like, what else could you do? Let's live. Right. Let's breathe life. Let's talk about life, and that's where we at. Like, we on some life and empowerment. Like economic empowerment is a must. Because if we're not talking about money, then I think we are in an illusion of, it's like, yo, the preacher who's talking to the flock of sheep. Yes. But the flock of sheep is hungry. So what you giving them ain't like they hand that shit, but their mind is really going to get something to eat, bro. Like, so. Yeah, we gotta. That's how we did the hood. We fed them. It's the same idea. Yo, we was the Robin Hoods. Go rob the supermarket, come back and feed the people, and it works because now they ain't got an attentive ear to you because you gave them something to eat. Like, that shit is the way the world works. Like, it balance out things. You know.
You gotta have these conversations. I like this, man. This we got, you know, this was dope. This is much needed from people that come from these corners, that was outside, that lived life experiences, and now this is where you're at. And a lot of people, they're stuck on where they was. You progress from that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you mentioned something about the guns, right? And where I'm at in St. Louis, is the state of Missouri, it's a gun state. And there's a lot of senseless murders because a lot of guys, instead of wanting to fight, they go straight to their gun. Simple road rage, people are dying. Gas station arguments, people are dying. Not even beefs, it's just guns have become a part of certain people's uniforms. And it has become
a... See, that's what happened during our journey, brother. Every time we went to grab a fist fight, the guns were drawn on us. Or the knife pulled out. But then I know if I'm pulling mine out, I gotta let it go. That's how I was taught.
Yeah.
I don't dispute the timing and what's going on in the universe. My whole thing is like, nah, I'd rather just call it what it is. Niggas is cowards. That's some fucking cowards. I don't want to hear nothing else. That's some cowards, B. It ain't right to kill shoot. If you don't want to get shot, why shoot somebody? This is my answer. This is my question. Who wants to get shot? Nobody. So then why am I doing it? And if that alone, like with me, with my thinking, man, y'all some cowards. That's some coward shit. Why you say, yo, I think Kool-Aid on his lips. I don't care about that. You can't sell me that. I feel humans should be able to like, yo, reason, bro. Like the dreads. We sit at a table and we reason. Yeah. So all this other uncivilized shit, we follow these Europeans because they use guns to bondage us. Now the guns, we using them on ourselves to bondage us. Like, come on, y'all. If we don't think outside of that, like to where, stop picking up the dude who's running around, like, that shit ain't cool. It ain't cool to be that. Like, it ain't cool to shoot nobody if you don't want to get shot, B. Like, that's how I'm looking at it. And I promise you, nobody wants to get shot. So whatever image we outside, you do have wicked people. You do got careless people, and but the bottom line is they don't want to get shot.
Facts.
So I just feel like I ain't saying nothing wrong, and I don't give a damn. I tell any human, like it don't matter, no matter what. Like, nah, I ain't with that coward shit.
Yeah.
Come on. Nah, I ain't with that coward shit. I'm gonna call
Okay,
it what
so
it is.
now we gotta start doing the Don King of the Hood.
Hey,
We gotta
man up.
do the 30-day training with 10,000 on the demon jaw. We got 10,000 on that demon jaw. We get the video cameras going. We got the YouTube going. We can rent out a spot. Niggas is paying that everybody can get paid.
It's
Makes
very,
sense.
very,
I
very
think that'll work.
great idea. It's a lot of things. Yo, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna tell St. Louis, brother.
Yeah.
We working on a stiff miniseries, right?
All right.
The stiff miniseries. You see how all over the union. I said, yo, there's so many gun stories. Like my brothers, I have 2 brothers that were shot. My youngest brother passed away, and he was shot a couple of years ago. He was shot in the neck on my porch. So, in the common denominator between both of my brothers being shot is that they was bloods that they was victim of people who claim blood. Red, right?
Same game. You know what I'm saying?
Which also, you see the brother I was talking about, Crow.
Yeah.
Our brother from back in the days. He's one of the founders of the Bloods up here.
Wow.
And it end up coming back full circle to hit his own people. Like,
wow.
That's really where it's at. It hit your own people. That shit right there. And when he brought me the lessons, I read the lessons, and I looked at him and I asked him why. Like, why you want to do that? I remember even questioning, like, nah, fam. I'm good. I don't want to be that shit. I was in LA. I seen the red. I seen the blue. To each his own. I salute, whatever. But I don't want to be somebody else's ideology and follow that shit.
He came to it too. When I first came home, he was like, yo, Kate, this is where I'm at with it. And I was like, Bird, you already know how we do. We family. So anytime you got a problem, I'm there. I don't have to sign up for that to ride for you. So.
Let me ask you guys, speaking on the floor, Red, and where were you at when Big passed? What was the temperature like?
Well, if you asking K, where did you at with Big died?
When Big got hit, I was locked up. I think I was in White Deer, Pennsylvania, in the medium.
All right, so you was doing your Fed time. Well, when Biggs got hit, for me, I was actually at the party. I was at the party that night. So, and the temperature for me, I don't know about anybody else, but because they had made it a New York and LA thing at the time, I want to get that. I'll be honest, like I was out there at that party in LA that I was with Head, and it was actually me having Faith walking up to the Trackmasters mansion. They was having another after party, and that's when Clark Kent came and told Faith. So, in the movie, it was Clark Kent who pulled up and said that they had just killed Biggs, and Hab told Faith to go to the hospital. And me and Hab, we went, instead he went on up to the Trackmasters. It was having an after party, and the energy in there was just down. It was over. Like most of the people in New York, I know Mary was in the building, a couple of artists, there's a lot of people in the building, but the energy was very low. And my energy, I'm just walking around there like, and like, I just felt bad because, why they had to make it a LA and New York shit. Then they killed Biggs, and they y'all really killed Biggs, and I was just feeling a certain way. And my thoughts that came to me first was, I'm glad the young guns didn't make it. That's my first thoughts was, I'm glad the young guns didn't make it, because I just felt there's no way I could let my man die, or my brother, or any one of us die in any of them places, LA, wherever, and not be left there. Not give some energy back there. That's where we was at with it. So for me, it almost was like, it just made me look at the entertainment business like it ain't all what it's cracked out to be. But I'll tell y'all true word, and not blowing no shade, but this is just true word. Yo, I made a statement to Jay-Z that I came back that Monday after that happened, bro. And the stories that Gene Deal says, that I said that shit the weekend after it happened. The weekend after it happened, I felt like, say it. I just felt he was lined up. A home team. Word. And I said that to Jay. And he told me, nah, Brooklyn wouldn't have it. And that's a statement like, even in knowing like truth over lies, to where your relationships is so official, to where like the weekend, it was probably Monday or Tuesday when I went downtown and seen Jay after Big E got killed. And that's the first statement I made to him. So I think Sunline bigs up, just in knowing that. And then the story comes 20, 30 years. I said, yeah. Look how the dude from the street did. From the gate, babe. Right.
Damn. Wow, that's an experience, bro. Woo! That's somebody who was there. Somebody that was there, bro.
It had an effect in the prison too. You know, I was locked up with some of them Supreme Team dudes, and a lot of Brooklyn dudes. Yeah. Well, me and Tuck, I was with. Me and Tuck was together.
Shout out to Tuck.
Shout out to
Rick Martin. Yeah, he's nice on the chest. He's nice. His chess game is super nice. Actually, I learned a lot of slick shit from Tuck. Chess game.
We gotta shout out though all of like Alley Cat, Roll, because you gotta give credit where credit is due to help.
Absolutely.
MC Cab, PY, our brothers Jamaican Rig,
Pink Nitty,
like K Shaw, Purple P,
the best brothers,
Lil Larry,
Lil Larry. Don't forget Big Buck. Don't forget Fats. Don't forget Steve. Don't forget the Rough House Survivors, Cousin Smookow.
Yeah, it's a lot of connections.
LJ.
That kind of help.
A boy with Bird.
R.I.P. Fonte.
See, the gun shit. Speaking of Roberto, I just gotta say this because we spoke about Fort Apache, the Bronx. Roberto that had some crazy ass cousins from, and he's Puerto Rican. He has some crazy ass cousins from down near Fort Apache, and
Nah, his cousin is from Simpson.
Right? And Truman, right?
Yeah, where Jew-Mans was. The store.
Yeah.
Everybody go to the Bronx. Go to the Jew-Mans.
You get involved on Simpson.
Simpson
I was selling a bunch of Wolf tickets one night at the Palladium in New Rochelle. I got a pocket full of them shits, man. I'm talking out my ass. Yo, I fucked somebody. I'm talking crazy. Niggas hit me in the back. I turn around. Who I see? I see fucking Tara and fucking Roberto with their big ass forearms. I said, these Wolf tickets ain't worth shit. I don't want to do shit. These goddamn Wolf tickets.
Roberto was the first person I called. I had moved to Houston. And when Puff pulled that shit on my brother, Roberto was the first person I called. Told me go check on my brother.
Yeah.
When they jumped him down at Diddy studio. And Roberto gave me the update. Roberto went down and checked on him. My brother said that. When he opened his eyes, first person he seen was Roberto. He was happy.
Hell yeah, that's back to the original clip.
Yeah, that's the original.
So, but that's the situation that happened with Diddy, That's what he's talking about. I had a situation where I was jumped by Diddy. I had a $25 million lawsuit against him, but I chose to drop that lawsuit because I never wanted his money like that. That's just facts. Whoa.
And if he took that man wallet.
Nah, but I mean, to each his own. Because it all comes back. Like, sometimes it's almost like, yo, what you doing to get this money? What do you got to do to get this money? Say, yo, if I got to step on you for them, if I got to do this to you for them, because I know ultimately it's the price you pay and it's really some right shit, right? Yeah. So I said, nah, you know what? I hold on to that one. I hold that until I see your face again. And when I see your face again, it could be the same 25 million you walked away from. It could come today. It could come tomorrow. Like, that's how I look at it. I look at it like a reality. Like, some people, they do a lot. They do whatever for the money. Like, I ain't doing that shit. And I didn't want his money like that. That's just me.
But what I was saying is, we could have been on gunplay. We never did. Roberto Cousin could have got us any weapon we needed.
You gotta make sense.
He wasn't thinking
when
about.
You talk about gunplay, that's not mine.
Yeah, come on. We already know.
I will never. Yo, Janelle, for the record.
On you gonna. Yeah, for the record. Let's clean this up.
All this for Florida's, homie. I go hit your mom.
You hand-to-hand carries a gun too. Yes.
No. Let's clean it up. There's dudes on Huguenot Street that'll go anywhere you want it. From the knife, the gun, from the hands, all the way to the gun.
But I don't get orders. Like, we don't, like, my whole thing is, I'm not mad at whatever tool, whatever we got to use when you in combat, you out these real streets. Like, life is like that. So, but I'm not the dude picking the knife up. I'm not the dude picking up the gun. True word. I didn't have a shank on Rikers Island.
I know that.
C-74, Adolescents at War, 6 Main House of Pain. My time there was nothing but a gladiator school. And the reason why I never had a shank was because what my grandmother said, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. And that's it.
Well, okay, I agree with that, brother, but if you got a shank in the cup waiting for the aggressor, that's something different. If you got a shank and you become the aggressor, then yeah, that's that.
I didn't have a shank waiting on nobody to shank. I didn't have none of that shit. I'm just telling you. I know, have none of that. I ain't think like that. That's my whole point. My whole point is I stayed solid to what my grandmother said, and that shit worked. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know.
Like too up north. Because up north, when they want to kiss you and put Kool-Aid on your lips and treat you like you're a girl, I say, yo, I just listen to what my grandmother said. I put my prayers in, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. I don't give a damn about nobody here, bro. Just don't bother me. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's dope, man. Yo, we have to do this again. This is. There got to be a part 2 to this. You know what I'm saying? Got to do a part 2 to this. You have so much.
Mad stories, man.
There's so many
there's
stories.
The Black Moon story.
Yeah.
There's the Jody stories.
You gotta do this again, man.
There's tons of stories with this story.
You guys well, Saturday morning.
My brother is right. A lot of us don't do that. But my physical combats in the streets, dudes always went for their knife and gun. I got stabbed across the eye with a knife. Yeah. My shit was wide open. My brother seen it. I'm running down the street chasing the dude to poke him back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now I am going to, when I pull out my knife, yeah, I'm stabbing you now because somebody did that to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Yo, like I told you, I do, like, as I say, yo, that's probably why. I'm just saying, because at the end of the day, the universe is the universe. What I say to my bro, I said, K, you shot people. Not that you killed anybody, or not that you might have wanted to shoot somebody, but this is the game. If I shoot somebody, the young boy gonna shoot me. Look, I knew why that happened when you told me that story. I knew that was true. I knew your whole story that you told me, and him shooting you. Why did he shoot you that many times? Because you're a threat. you're the threat. He shot you because guess what? He just shot Keith. So if I shoot Kyle and he's with Kenny Guest, I'm gonna have to kill Kenny Guest. That's the beauty of knowing, yo, he only shot you because he had to. He felt like he had to. He shot Kyle, you with him, and I gotta gun you. He ain't even mad at you. He mad at Kyle, but he shot you 5 times. Why is that? Because he knows Kenny Guest is gonna come back and shoot me. That's what he probably thinking, bro. So from that whole, how it all happened, I always said, yo, truth over lies, I never felt you was gonna die. I never felt you was gonna die. When I even reached that hospital and all that, my energy never felt like I'm gonna be mourning, like a loss to you. But I don't even know why, but I didn't. And when you look in the valley, I say, yo, that's why I like God is just. Because if he wasn't just, you'd be gone, man. If it was up to man, you dead, bro. Gave you 5 joints. God is just. We had him, and that's how I looked at it. Well, and there ain't nothing else to do. If someone in life, it's almost like how many chances you gonna get? To what? They say, oh, look, how many chances you gonna get to do the right thing? To do something that can help the next one. That's what it's all for. You look at the whole, everything was for a reason, and it's all to just get us to where we at today. And that's to breathe life into a death valley. You got to breathe life into a death valley. Because you see 200 and some rappers got murdered last year. They speak in death. So where you gonna go? If you only speak in death, come on, fam. Let's make sense out of this. That's facts.
Well, let's get this Don King of the Street thing going.
Let's get that going. Don King of the Street.
And try to bring back the days of the Warrior. You know, get these dudes in their 30 days of training. Ham talk like Cassius. 10, 15,000 on his jaw. Yeah, I think it'll work.
We're going to work on that. We definitely going to work. Definitely push that, K. I promise.
You guys have some strong message.
So we're going to work together on that, me and you, because we built anything.
Yes.
I'm with that.
We got to do this again. Definitely got to do this again. This is a great conversation. It opened a good door. And now we can speak about other things, you know, events in your life, but it's all about progression. This is a great conversation. It was from the heart. And this wasn't a conversation, I won't say interview, conversation that didn't deal with no hate mail. You know what I'm saying? It was just life experiences. This is what I experienced in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a great thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because people will listen to you more because you're not over here ranting and you're not mad at the world. And that's a great thing, bro. Your brother Kenny, man, I appreciate you for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Tommy Guest, I appreciate you for pulling up. You educated us on some things I never even knew about, bro. I never knew about the Puffy and Son thing. Things that you're telling us, it's like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
And look, and Puffy know better than that. Nisa is our friend. Why would you think we're going to kidnap Justin?
You know what I'm saying?
Where the hell you hear that from?
That's deep, man.
Why would I bring that stripe to Nisa?
That's deep, man.
And she did nothing to me. And you ain't do nothing to me. So why would we be kidnapping Justin?
Deep.
Like, dudes be making shit up. That's how I look at it.
Dudes be making things up, man. And you being out there the night that Biggie passed away with how you seen things. Because the only one that is speaking on it is Gene Dale. Nobody else is really touching up on the night that situation happened with Biggie Smalls. Other than Gene Dale and the Ops throwing their little subs in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This was great, man. This was great.
Shout out to Prodigy, too.
Shout out to
Prodigy. And shout out to Prodigy because he wrote a book and a lot of people was mad about it. Yeah. But he did mention the YGs in that book. And he solidified how they was putting it down. So shout out to Gene Dale because he always solidified it. You know?
Definitely. Shout out
to Prodigy. Shout out to South Suicide Queens. You know, we was over there with the Lost Boys. Michael Myers and them dudes.
Yes.
You know, Onyx. You know, so shout out to Southside.
Southside, baby. Fox,
That's what
my,
used to
my
be
people's
out
on
there,
Fox
so.
stuff to shout to H Money Bags and all that. My man Hood. And it's all love, man. You know, I think we have to do this again. Or maybe you have to do it on Solid Dean joint, but this was dope. This was a dope conversation. And we gotta do this again, brothers. How y'all feel about this? The next one will be about the because we have to push that. We need to push what you're trying to do with what y'all want to do with the boxing for 10
I
grand.
think they preserve life. I mean, you know, they preserve life, and you know, they get to really see how tough they are.
Yes.
And they claim they'll do this and
Do
that.
that. Demon time boxing, 10,000. I want to see the demon come out of you. You can wear the diabetic sneakers and the tight jeans, but I want to see you fight.
Yeah, you're not fighting for nothing, but you fighting for 10. You fighting for 10,000 right there. You got to feed your baby,
exactly.
your woman. You fighting for something.
It's not for free, and that's you know so funny. That's gonna make them come and do it because they're gonna get some money out of it. You know what I'm saying? What? Boom. And as you get them physically fit, they'll appreciate their bodies and go, you know what? Why pop these drugs and do all these hard drugs? And because I think a lot of times a lot of dudes don't feel good physically and mentally about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that would be good. And I definitely hated to hear that little beef between the new YGs in the Bronx and the other brother. They cousins or something like that, feuding with each other.
Yeah, that's
cousins. I hated to hear that joint right there. And they, I don't know if they mothers or sisters or mother brother. Either way, they firstborn cousins and they had war with each other.
Yeah, that's K-Flock and D-Thing.
Yeah, they need to cease that.
Need to cease that.
And now look,
if they see how powerful they'll be collectively together.
Yes.
Come on, son.
Because they can rap with those beats. But you're not gonna talk about dead bodies. You're gonna talk about anything in the world. You know what I'm saying? They just believe because they gain traction with that style of rapping that it works. All that do is breed more enemies. Yo, he's rapping about my dead brother.
Watch this. Who say that it grab more traction? See, when it comes to metrics, you gotta watch that. Metric comes from corporations, right? So the corporations are saying, hey, this is what sells more. You understand? Right. So we gotta question even that data and the momentum and the agenda behind that data because it's all business. But when you start to make sense of the business and you start to articulate and express to everybody, hey, holy snap, the more we get locked up, the more solidified and secure that the prisons are. Now,
yeah, but they encourage that to our, to our.
There we go.
It's not promoted to other cultures outside of what we've been speaking on.
Here we go.
If you
Justin Bieber don't sing about that. That's not what Justin Bieber. But yet he is swagged out like a melanated person. You understand? You want to copy the swag of a melanated person. You want to hang around all the melanated people, right? But you don't sing about that.
That's a good.
They call that
yes.
Culture jacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, culture vultures. Culture vultures, man. But we don't really see because we got culture vultures within our own culture that are agents. They are keeping up the whole. Oh, no, that's some real nigga shit. It's just, you know what I'm saying? They have redefined what a real person is. Or they have given a definition of what a real nigga is. A real nigga you wear as a badge in your community. And the requirements to be a real nigga, I'm good on those requirements. If those are the requirements, I got to go to jail. I got to spin the block and put my life at risk. But I'm going in, I may catch a body with a minimum is what? 20 to life? Oh, no, I don't like these requirements, bro.
It ain't no more slick Ricks. You ain't going to do 12, 15 and come out and sell 800 more copies, 800,000. That's over with.
That's over.
Hell yeah, it's over. It's over. So check this. We have to do this again, brother. We have to do this again. We have to pick another day. Whatever day is good for you guys, we can do it again. We talk about the whole cause, the situation with the Demon Town boxing. You know what I'm saying? And just know. these are coming from dudes that come from our cloth, that come from the era. You know what I'm saying? They was at a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because Gene Dell, a lot of dudes were shooting him down for what he was saying because nobody else spoke up for him. By you guys speaking about what you're saying, just about the Biggie Small situation and how Puff be moving behind the scenes, definitely makes me look at Puff a little more different. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah.
Definitely opened my eyes up to behind the scenes things that he was putting together and certain stories he was trying to control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Saladin, I appreciate you for putting this together. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah, this was a great one, bro. This was a history.
It's a history lesson. It's definitely a Mount Vernon, a New
think
York
Ali
State,
is gone.
upstate. No, I don't know why they call Westchester upstate for.
Wait, is Saladin, you still on?
Yeah, I'm still on. I'm going through the mountains. You know how this shit go.
Okay, brother's gone.
Oh, brother's gone. Okay.
I think brother gone. But yeah, it was definitely a pleasure, man.
Thank you, brother.
Just
Appreciate
keep
it.
me posted. And anything that's gonna like really change this.
Change. That's what we're doing. We're going for the change. You know what I'm saying?
Change. Tap in with Z sometime and just co-host the show with him sometime. You know what I'm saying? Just tap in, come in, and you know, and get that going.
Yeah,
this way
get
you
that
can
going.
see your
Yes,
audience. The
it's
audience
close
is
to
here
it.
for your vision. So
Yeah, because we gotta talk about all the craziness. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm still waiting for you too, Saladin.
Yeah, get Saladin.
I got you. We gonna build.
Definitely.
Okay, say less.
We in the building.
Y'all have a good one, man.
Yeah.
Stay up.
All right, you too.
Infinite peace and universal abundance. Peace.
Yes. Peace. Saladin, thank you, brother. Appreciate you for putting that together. I have to change the title now because so much information has come out. I gotta put timestamps on things because we're a little long.
Yes.
Longer than what I expected. Timestamps is on here. MoP. That Biggie died, Puffy, you know what I'm saying? Diddy.
Yeah, you gotta don't allow the upload. Take it off the upload. So it's gonna upload by itself probably.
Yeah, but I have to
take it down and chop it up.
Yeah. I still got time to chop. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be this is a dope joint. A lot of stuff came from it. If you want to snatch something off it, you can. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Just because you're actually interviewing it.
I'm working on video stuff with them.
Yes,
so we working behind the scenes on video stuff to bring to the people.
And just to be clear, a lot of things. Definitely shout out to wife because she woke me up this morning before you called me. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure to take
Okay.
But definitely shout out to wifey Southern Belle. Shout out to St. Louis, West Side St. Louis, her family. Yo, this is so dope. Now I was gonna do another show last night, right? But I'm gonna give you your flowers while you're here. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do a show last night about salute to the 050 China Burn movement and everything is monetized. And what I mean by that is people go through what they go through, right? Words being exchanged, nobody get cut, nobody get stabbed. It's it's brothers fighting and argue. But the reason why I'm saying is the beginning of the 050 China Burn movement was created by, China, Zeke Black at the platform, China, and we was doing something about a rapper. Well, one of these guys' favorite rapper. Harlem Legend joined in the conversation, you have joined in the conversation, and Avid Chatter did. Now, Harlem Legend only had a YouTube channel that was popular. He was already doing his own thing. He happened to join in on a lot of major phone calls that we was doing. And the army was built under, 050 China Burn movement. It was a movement, you know what I'm saying? It was a movement that we all just, because we just didn't talk about their favorite rapper, we talked about everything else and want to see what people had to say. Now, what I like to see what came from this was, which was a glorious thing, it's like Russell Simmons creating Def Jam and you having Russ associated labels, you know what I'm saying? So now, you have like Jam Master, huh? So now I have to say, everything that came from 050 China Burn movement, you have monetization. China got monetized. Definitely shout out to the movement. You got monetized. Wax AP got monetized. And Mikey and Smitty Blow Dollars is waiting to get monetized. And y'all was able to do a lot of great work with We Locked In. Yo, they got, you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna say is, man, this is what this thing's about. It's about people that's doing their thing and it's growing, and you create something so everybody can win. That's one thing that China did, that me and China had conversations about. I want to create something where everybody can eat. And now I'm looking going, yo, y'all may have had a falling out, but everybody's eating. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Listen, Zeke, this is
everything is monetized.
I wasn't about to go too hard on my brother because at the end of the day, like I told my cousin, I said China gave me my start, bro.
Yeah,
so how I look throwing daggers to the death. I'm not gonna do that to bro. But especially when I know we're gonna be talking in 3 weeks. People get upset. This is real life shit. People say things sometimes you're dealing with street people at the end of the day. So if you can't deal with a street nigga saying some shit, y'all know y'all might be back in talking and so. So me knowing that, I'm like, all right, bro. You throw a jab, I carry that, I throw a jab back there too, and we leave it there. I'm not gonna throw a knockout blow at you, bro. It ain't there. It ain't there.
But you're all put in on your own platforms, your own individual work. And what I'm gonna say is, right, they say he's the godfather of the 050 China Brim movement. No, we're all winners. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And we can't forget about Compa. People had their issues, but one thing that happened 6 months later, what EPMD said, yo, 6 months later and we still went gold. Everything is platinum, nigga. Everybody monetized. Nobody's in nobody's pocket. Y'all, that's one thing. Out of all the beefing, you're not beefing about money, bro. You know what I mean? Yo, you promised me this. Yo, what's up with that? That's the realest part about all this. Y'all did something that looked like promotionally purposes only, but y'all all got your own lane. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you. When you called me and said, Zeke, I'm monetized, I said, damn, son, that's real, bro. When Smitty hit me up yesterday and said, yo, Zeke, I got almost 1,000 subs. Boom. When China said, yo, Zeke, I'm monetized, and we was kicking about how to get, like you know what I'm saying, take care of the situation. I believe Harlem Legend was already monetized. You know what I'm saying? This is what a team do. A team, you may separate, but you can't say everything on this side is monetized. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a win for everybody. I congratulate you on any content you put out there. And I'm gonna tell you something that was so crazy. The weekend of that, when y'all shut the internet down last week, 5 channels salute Zeke Black. Yo, salute to Zeke Black. Yo, salute to Zeke Black. Yo, salute to Zeke Black. You know what I'm saying? No, salute to you guys. I just want y'all to win, bro.
All right. So here's the thing, bro. We still to this day, real people in hip hop, they always gonna salute Kool Herc. You understand what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, when we start, we down to the K Flocks and the D things. Yeah, we've come that far.
Yes.
But even these younger generations, now when we educate them, how the hell we gonna just start in the middle? We can't start at Puff. You understand? Puff wouldn't even want us to start at Puff.
He starts at Andre well.
We always got to mention Kool Herc and then come up forward. We always got to mention the black space, and we got to tell the whole story. This is why when you talk about the lessons, you talk about the blood lessons, you talk about the 5% lesson, hip-hop has lessons. You understand what I'm saying? You have to know the elements of hip-hop. You know, you should know the forefathers. You should know Crazy Legs. You understand? You should know who Samo is in graffiti. You should know these things because it's an interesting story.
Yes.
And it's not about being hijacked, but so by people that really had no intent, no love for it. See, these are the people I dislike and distrust, the people that just want to monetize off of it. So therefore, YouTube did not exist back then. The internet didn't even exist. So therefore, when you got the internet, the birth of the internet, then the birth of an application called YouTube, and then the birth of a section. Hassan can't be left out of that section.
Yeah. He's a part of that. He's always supportive.
He's a part of
He's a part of it. He was there jumping in.
You didn't know what you was doing when you just got up here and you gave out the energy. What you was doing?
Yeah.
You had no idea you was about to spawn this much energy. You understand? So this is a culture that we can't leave you out. So as long as people give me, yo, Saladin. You know what I'm going to do? Yo, shout out to Zeke Black. Shout out to 050. Shout out to Brent. They gave me my stuff. Let's start like that. And
Yo,
that's how it goes.
and it's so unique because I'm gonna tell you when it first started, no matter whatever, we had people like Roy from Star Report. He would jump into the live. He's called in a couple of times. Roy, definitely Hassan Campbell was on there. OG Product pulled up. My man P from Unstricken Mentality pulled up. It was getting crazy. Dudes was calling from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? The Moon. And the great thing was, in the mix of that, we built the union. And when y'all actually said we're moving over here, and from it went from a hashtag 050 China. It was a hashtag 050 China Bring movement to hashtag the 050 the movement. Bam! It was there already. And I'm just happy sitting back seeing that all of you guys is winning. I just don't want to see y'all crashing with each other over the win. Now it's just time to, like I said, y'all are dope. Look, we can't forget about Disco. Disco's in the building. You know, Disco's on the side blocks cursing niggas out. You know what I'm saying? Disco definitely was there. He was definitely a major part of this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Disco for Web. You know what I'm saying? He was on side blocks cursing motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to Disco.
Yeah. I think that's when I discovered you. Right around that time, Disco had the chain on. He's out.
Yeah, chain outside cursing somebody out. You know what I'm saying?
And I was like, what show is this? This show is crazy.
It's crazy, yo. And then, we took it to the top, man. And just everybody keep winning. See, that's the whole thing. Just keep winning. Listen, when I sit back and I said, yo, when somebody hit me, it was like, yo, son, I'm about to become monetized. I was like, damn. When Wax was like, I seen Wax on this platform, Wax said, nah, I ain't gonna front. Zeke started it, and then China, boom, and then boom, this is where we at. That's Will. He's telling his people, his Jerseyans, you know what I'm saying? Some of his new comp on them, salute Zeke Black, and I salute y'all because y'all was able to show y'all got your own content, your own brand, and it's still a circle. When y'all shut the internet down last weekend, it shows you that the circle has power on its internet. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
When you put up that picture, bro, I kind of felt away because I was like, damn, we resemble the Woo. That's how I felt. I looked at your picture and I was like, yo, we like the Woo.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody in the Woo, they are the Woo, but when you watch the documentaries, you clearly see certain people are titled with other people. But that don't make them not the Woo no more.
Yeah, just everybody got their own lane. Everybody has their own conversation.
Right.
And sometimes, you know, we got to move on. And it's dope. Shout out to AP Wax. Yo, son, like you know when people say, yo, you want to see your people build and grow? That's what I'm about. I never came on the platform and said, yo, No. Everybody wins. And that's how this goes. Everything monetized. So a lot of you dudes that say whatever you want to say, everything is monetized. Nobody owes nobody nothing. There's no, yo, you owe me $50. Everything is monetized. With that being said, Saladin, I gotta change the title, bro. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah, man.
I gotta put points in it.
We gotta do it.
And this was a great interview. And that's because me and Saladin build. Like me and my man God's King from Push That Name from Unstricken Mentality, we build. You know what I'm saying? So when we build about these things.
Shout out to being God of Things, man.
Yeah, God's King. You know what I'm saying? From Push That Name from Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Bravo and all that too.
Yeah, Bravo. Yeah, definitely Bravo. P, of course.
Shout out to Versace, Fox 914.
Versace, definitely. Versace, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? 914 for the ops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is where we at. You know what I'm saying? I gotta end this show real soon because I got, you know what I'm saying? We got some things I gotta do. We got some other shit coming for you on, I think Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Yeah. We're going to the rooftop on this one. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? This we doing this for the culture. It's all for the culture.
Right.
Zeke Black and Saladin in the building. You know what I'm saying? And I hope y'all share this and share to your people. Those is legends speaking. that come from your community. Sure, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of the 914 was in the building today. Shout out to the 914. Mount Vernon was in the house today, bro.
Man. Shout out to the 9, man.
The 9 was in the building. I see mad 914. So I'm just in the check-in. Yo, boom, boom, boom. That's real. And the piggyback, when that fight they was talking about, Mike Tyson used to be around a crew of dudes from Albany. That's what I was trying to say. The guards, you know what I'm saying? But you know, when you meet a lot of guards out of town, you might just, you know, they think they're from Queens or whatever the case may be. But a lot of them was from Albany, New York. You know what I'm saying? And that was a dope feeling when Mike started getting that money. Because the first time I seen Mike Tyson was in Albany, New York. Even though he's from Brooklyn, but I met him in Albany, New York, 1989. It was a club called September. He was out there with with the Team Tyson of back then. You know what I'm saying? Before he came home from jail and Don King, you jerked me, and he started separating from dudes. You know what I'm saying? But not just that. He said he mentioned a bunch of stories that was like, oh, the red zone was popping.
They had the red zone on Smash.
The red zone. My man Romy Romes and dancing to rap group Siki. Those were one of the spots he frequented. You know what I'm saying? Because that was still the dancing era. You know what I'm saying? So just reminded me of that era. You know what I'm saying? That pushing the hip hop, the culture. That's when Puff was smart. He promoted his music in the club. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Right.
You can't beat that. Then you had your man Super Mario doing the street promotions and all that. To take back the bad boy DJs. Puff marketing tactics was 100. You know what I'm saying?
That's what to us growing up in the, we were going to say 90s. That's when we was outside with that hip hop stuff, right?
Yes,
but
crazy.
We wanted to emulate Puff, bro. I ain't
Puff,
gonna lie.
yeah. Puff had the white
and Dave Jazz. Let's not shit on
Dave
Jazz gave me my, because I always thought I was going to end up working for Bad Boy, but I ended up working for Rockefeller instead. And Dave Jazz. I ended up working for Rockefeller and Rough Riders, but I worked for Rockefeller first. It was Dave Jazz that gave me that.
Think about how far Puffy went from when we seen him in the back of, I think, was it Right On magazine or The Source, when he had the all white carcanized suit on with the construction Timbs. He wasn't even Puffy the producer yet. You know what I'm saying? I believe. You know what I mean? He was doing the 411 album back, the remix. So you had the 411 album, and then they had the remix that he did. The remix did just as good as the album, the first album. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, that was like,
He came up the remix, bro.
He came up.
There's a lot of stuff we can start talking about, bro.
He came up over the remix.
We gotta start bringing up producers up here too. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start bringing up more producers up here.
Yeah.
Bring up some of Eddie F's Untouchables. You know what I'm saying? Eddie F had a whole team of producers called the Untouchables.
Let's get them in the building, man. I'll be sure Jody see the name of the lease. Plus, you know, actually, hold on. Lost Boys was signed to Uptown Records, wasn't it? The first album?
I know they had something to do with Uptown.
Something with them. Something with the label. I'm not too sure if they was signed to Uptown. Y'all gotta Google this. The first album, I believe they was with that. We got the Lexus and the Beamers and the Benz. I think that was on Uptown Records. Don't quote me. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Right.
You have to do some
I
Google.
know there was some strong ties there. I do remember that as well. Yeah.
Yes, because the first time I heard the Lost Boys, Wendy Williams was on the radio, but she was doing showcases, and she kept shouting them niggas out, like, yo, the Lost Boys, the Lost Boys. Like, she was doing, like, showcases or whatever show she would go to, these niggas was performing. Wendy Williams used to shout them out crazy. But, yo, we gotta do this again, Saladin, you heard? Just shoot to all y'all.
Build behind the scenes, man. We're gonna build.
We gonna build. Shout out to Woody Low, the Low Lives. Definitely. We can't talk about New York without bringing up the Low Lives from that ever. Definitely shout out to Decepticons.
Oh yeah. You can't, bro. So shout out to Woody L. Like I said, shout out to Thurston Hour the Third. Shout out to Rack Low. You understand?
Definitely.
Shout out to Sport Low.
Definitely nigga Sport Low. Definitely Crown Heights. The Marcus Garvey Bullets in Brownsville. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yo, with that being said, man, yo, y'all have a blessed day. I gotta change some information on here, and hope y'all enjoyed the show, man. This is the Young Guns from their voice about the Pete Rock situation that sparked the conversation because what Flex said on the radio. They was well versed about the situation. That being said, man, be holla at y'all later, man. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Shout out to the 914. Shout out to Spanish Harlem too, man. Lexington and Washington houses, and shout out to the hero. You know what I'm saying? From East Harlem, New York. That being said, I appreciate y'all. You heard?